Hey everybody, Ken here from Mid-Level Media, and before we start the entire Blu-ray collection video, I just wanted to go ahead and shout out the fact that I just hit 4K on YouTube, 4,000 subscribers, and I am super excited and just super appreciative and super thankful to all of you who have subscribed to my channel, who like my videos, who comment on my videos, who watch my videos, all of the time that you guys spend just engaging with my content. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. This video is for you. What's up everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel. I am Ken here today for a very ambitious video. This is an entire Blu-ray collection video, and it almost makes me out of breath just saying that. But yeah, I have emptied the top 6 rows of my shelf. I have got those on the table. I've got many more rows to go, but I'm going to call this the first wave. So this may be filmed over multiple days. So if you see me in a different shirt, I'm going to try to keep the same Pulp Fiction shirt just to kind of keep the consistency. But if I mess up, if I wear a different shirt, just know that I did film this over multiple days, because the thought of actually sitting down in one sitting and covering all of these movies, it just makes me tired. And right now, guys, it is a Sunday night. I just worked like 14 hours today, but I want to get started on this. I want to get cracking at it. You guys asked for it. You voted for it. You said you wanted to see my collection. And then 64% of you said that you wanted to see it all in one video. So for those of you all that voted that you wanted it to be separated, thank you guys for trying. But yeah, just watch it in parts. Just watch it in parts, click out of it, come back to it. However, which way you want to watch it, I don't care. Just like the video and comment down below some of your favorite titles of everything that I go over. So a couple of things to call out, guys. For one, this video, I'm not going to do a whole lot of editing. There's not going to be a whole lot of editing in this. So if I mess up, if I sneeze, if I cough, if I burp, I do have an energy drink right now. I apologize. I know it's rude. I'll say excuse me and then I'll move on. So yeah, so apologies for any hiccups, any noises throughout this. I'm going to treat this like a live stream, like I'm doing it live. So we're going to get into every single one of these movies. I'm going to try to talk about them as briefly as possible. I get off on tangents a lot when I'm covering stuff. This is one of the reasons why it's very hard for me to do this all in one, because I'm going to be covering at least, I don't know, 400 to 500, I think, as far as what I've got. Now, another thing to note, guys, I've got a lot of things to note before we move on. I've already covered my Arrow Video collection. I've already covered my Screen Factory collection, which is all behind me. Criterion, Steelbooks, 4Ks, all in separate videos back in January and February, I think, when I did those. So if you want to see those collections, they haven't changed too much. I've gotten maybe, you know, a few more in each category. Of course, I've gotten more Criterions recently because of the sale. Go back and check out those videos if you want to see my collections of those, because those will not be featured. These are standalone, just Blu-ray discs or cases or whatever. The Blu-ray case is what I am covering today. So also, I'm not going to include any of my Dollar Tree pickups that are over there sitting in my Dollar Tree diary bin, because they haven't made the shelf. As my friends Marie and Joe would say over at Joe Martinez, they have not yet made the shelf. I haven't decided if they made the shelf yet. So they're going to sit over there in that tin, and I'm not going to pull those out and cover them because you've already seen them in my Dollar Tree hauls and all of that stuff. So I'm going to cover my mainline Blu-ray collection. I've also covered Paramount Presents, let's see, my Warner Archive collection. So some other collections in there that I'm not going to cover in this video as well. But those have been in separate videos before. I think those were included in the Arrow and Criterion video that I did back in January. So if you want all those, I can link all of those in the description below. Actually, I think I'll do that for you guys to make it easy. And you can click on those. You can go back and check out those very older videos to see those collections. So yeah, these are going to be Blu-rays only. The other thing I want to know, guys, this is the last thing I think I have to say. Sorry, we're 4 minutes in. I haven't even shown you a Blu-ray yet. So the last thing I have to say is I am very disorganized when it comes to my collection. I don't put stuff in alphabetical order. That may irritate some of you guys, but I'm sorry. And to be honest, I don't really care. I put them in whatever order I want them in. Now, there is some logic to it. It's mostly by like genre Like I have like comedies together, primarily dramas. I've got all my A24s together, which we're going to cover first. Horror, all that stuff. So I've got it like sci-fi. I've got it like by genre, or at least I tried to. But in certain parts of this video, you're going to notice that there's just going to be a string of Blu-rays together that it makes no sense why they're together. So I'm sorry for that. But let's get into this, guys. And before we get into it, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you haven't already, if this is your first time discovering my mid-level media channel, I've got a lot of content that's definitely under 3 hours. So go check out that stuff if you don't feel like checking out this 3-hour video. See, I'm already calling it. This is going to be like a 3-hour video. Let's see if I'm right. So, all right, let's get into this, guys. Like I said, I've got my drink right here. I've got a water right here if I get a little thirsty. And let's get started with my A24 stack right here, guys. I'm going to try to count these as we go as well. So when we get through the first wave, I'm going to let you guys know how many Blu-rays we went through. At least that's what I hope. So let's get into the A24 collection, guys. And most of these I have with the slipcover because I decided a long time ago that every single A24 film that comes out, I don't care what it is, I don't care if I like it, I don't like it, I'm going to try to collect it with the slipcover because I love the A24. I just love them as a studio, as a company, and I want to collect all of their stuff with the slipcover because I really love the slipcover. So let's get into the first one, guys. Ex Machina. Ex Machina. What a way to kick off this Blu-ray collection with one of my favorite films of the past 10 years. I think it's my number two. My number two favorite film of the past 10 years of the 2010s, right behind Whiplash, which we'll get to in this stack again. I love this movie. It's just one of the best modern science fiction films of all time. Some of the best performances by Oscar Isaac, Alicia Vikander, Domhnall Gleeson. I just love the eerie and like chilling mood and atmosphere in this movie. And it just has a great story, a fantastic ending. And yeah, I love this movie. I love this movie. So great visual effects. And it's just haunting. It's beautiful. And it's just one of the best science fiction movies ever made, in my opinion. Ex Machina. Right there, and I'm not going to be as long-winded with everything. So let's get into the next one, Minari. I picked this up this year, really enjoyed it. I'll set that to the side. We got the Spectacular Now. This one I got at Walmart, I think, for $5, which is a pretty good deal for that. I like this movie. I like this movie. I think it's a good performance by Miles Teller and Shailene Woodley. It kind of looked like one of those generic, like, kid, teen, like, romances or whatever, but it's really not. There's more to it. It's got Brie Larson in it too, so I really like this movie. I recommend it. The Spectacular Now. This next one's a little weird. The Lobster. A lot of people talk this movie up as being great, and I don't feel the same way exactly, but I've only seen it once, and I don't know if it set right with me the first time I saw it. I want to watch it again because I feel like it'll come off a little bit better the second time to me. I don't know, I just had that feeling. There are some really funny parts. You got John C. Reilly, Colin Farrell, you got Rachel Weisz in it, who I love. So it's a good cast, and it's a really cool science fiction story. But yeah, I can't say that I really fully engaged with it the first time I watched it, but I do love Yorgos Lanthimos' other two films, so I need to watch this one again for sure. All right, this next one I love. This is my favorite Denis Villeneuve film. It is my number 4 of the past 10 years. I just absolutely love this film, Enemy. With Jake Gyllenhaal. He's finds his doppelganger, and there's so many layers to this movie. There is so much depth to it. You can literally watch it 3 to 4 times, which I had to truly appreciate. And you still will not get all of the angles and all of the nuance in this film. It's just so layered and incredible. I love this movie so freaking much. And the first time I watched it, I didn't feel that way. I was like, that was kind of weird. And then when I rewatched it, it got better and better for me every single time. And I think it's just one of the smartest, most brilliant films ever made. And yeah, this is my favorite Villeneuve film. Enemy right here, guys. I got a lot to say about A24. This is a most violent year with Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac. I think I found this at a thrifting store for $3. Haven't watched it yet though, but I've heard good things. This one is The Florida Project. Absolutely adore this movie. It's so fantastic. Love this movie so freaking much. It's just such a real honest movie, just depiction of the Florida, I guess what you would call the homeless scene, because they're all living in a hotel and they're just not homeless but poor, and just the mother that's kind of trashy, and she's a prostitute, and just the kids are so sweet in this movie. Willem Dafoe gives probably my favorite performance from him. It's definitely his least weird performance. He's a real normal person, just a likable character in this movie. So The Florida Project is awesome. Check it out if you haven't seen it. This is my favorite horror film. A24 just has some bangers. I can't help it. This is my favorite horror film of the entire 21st century. It creeps me the F out every single time I watch it. And if you're a horror film that creeps me out, you become one of my instant favorites, and it is The Witch. I've seen this movie 3 times. Every single time I watch it, it just gives me weird, eerie vibes. And it's just very creepy and unsettling, and it gets under my skin, and I love that about it. And it has some great performances in it. I love just how accurate the depiction of like this old like Puritan lifestyle is. I just love, like, you can just tell that Robert Eggers just put a tremendous amount of research into this time period before making this movie. You feel the work that he put into it when you watch it. And yeah, just great performances by Anya Taylor-Joy. Easily one of her best. I would say her best, but I think The Queen's Gambit is probably her best. But yeah, The Witch, fantastic. Love The Witch. Can't say enough good things about it. This one, I don't know. It was okay. Very strange. It's different, and the ending is very wacky. But First Reformed, sure. Paul Schrader, of course, wrote Taxi Driver. Great filmmaker. So I don't know, interesting filmmaker, I guess. But First Reformed, I know a lot of people love this. It didn't click with me quite like it did everyone else. This one, of course, did. This is in my top 3 A24 films. If you want to know my top 3 A24 films, it's Ex Machina, The Witch, and Moonlight. Moonlight is fantastic. I didn't think so at the time, but this absolutely deserved to win Best Picture, in my opinion, over La La Land. And I was so on the La La Land hype train at the time that I didn't see it, and I had to watch this movie a couple of times to just truly understand its beauty and just what it does. One of the best film scores of all time in any movie. I love the score. I still randomly listen to it in my car when I'm driving. I just think it's so beautiful, and everything about this movie. Barry Jenkins directed it, just came out of the gate swinging. I can't wait to see more from this director. You know, Beale Street Can Talk was really great too, but this is a masterpiece. This is a modern masterpiece. One of my favorite films of the past 10 years as well. So Moonlight is fantastic. If you have not seen that film, definitely check it out. Next one up, I haven't seen. This is High Life. So I bought this new because it was A24 with a slipcover, and I still haven't watched it. It's got Batman in it, Robert Pattinson, so I need to check this one out at some point. We also got Mid-90s, the film directed by Jonah Hill. This was fun, enjoyable. I liked it. That's about all I can say. It Comes at Night. This was an interesting movie. I did like this movie, but I know it was divisive because I think a lot of people thought it would have more horror elements to it, but it did not. So I think some people were disappointed in this, but I liked it for what it was. I liked the, to be honest, I got to watch it again to remember all of the things in it, but it was kind of just like this story of survival and just like families turning on each other. You know, we see this kind of stuff often, but I just like that the take that they took on this one. In this particular story. This movie, I can't do this movie at all. I hated this movie. I don't hate it as much as Rob Zombie's Halloween, but it's close. Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson is one of the hands down worst movies I've ever seen in my life. You can defend it in the comment section all you want. I get it. It's artsy. It's weird. It should fall into the same camp as some of the other A24 films that I love, but it doesn't. I don't like this movie. There is a scene in this movie with a baby, and it sickened me to my core. I wanted to turn the movie off after it happened, and I don't know. I just think it's horrible. I think this is a horrible movie. Scarlett Johansson doesn't give a bad performance. It's not her fault. She's good with what she does, but this movie, there's just nothing of value to it to me. I don't like it at all. I just don't like this movie at all, but I own it with a slipcover, so that's cool. So let's move on. A Ghost Story. This movie, I was kind of lukewarm on while I was watching it. And then you get to the end. The end is so smart, brilliant. The way they do it and the way they wrap this story and tie it all together. It just made me love the film. It just recontextualized the entire movie. This is one I need to rewatch for sure. But yeah, I love this movie. Directed by David Lowery. I cannot wait for The Green Knight to come out. So this is another Yorgos Lanthimos film, The Killing of a Sacred Deer. I also love this movie. This is my favorite Yorgos movie. This is very interesting, very dark, very twisted, very strange, and so many great performances. Barry Keoghan is awesome. Colin Farrell, Nicole Kidman. Everybody's just weird and off-center, just acting like they've never acted before in any movie. And yeah, I love this movie. I need to rewatch it. It's been a while since I've seen it. But yeah, Killing of a Sacred Deer. 8th Grade, absolutely fantastic. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite coming-of-age movies. Elsie Fisher just gives such a realistic and honest performance. And yeah, I love this movie. 8th Grade's fantastic. Go check it out. Directed by Bo Burnham. Next one, another Robert Pattinson A24 film, The Rover. And I still need to watch The Rover. I haven't seen The Rover. I need to check it out. And as you'll tell when we go through some of these other ones, Robert Pattinson does a lot of work with A24. All right, so The Farewell. I like The Farewell. I like The Farewell a lot. It's a good movie. It's very heartfelt, heartwarming. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to, but it's still a good movie. So The Farewell, it's a good A24. Lady Bird, same thing. I heard so many great things about this movie going in. I was so hyped. It's got Laurie Metcalf in it, who I love. Saoirse Ronan, she's one of the best actresses working today. And this movie didn't hit me quite like I liked either. This one came out, I think, around the same time as another movie, more mainstream, but Edge of 17. I just thought that Edge of 17 told the adolescent story from the female perspective just so much better than this one did. And I don't know, this one just didn't hit me like that one did. But it had the same things going for it in the movie. I like the connection in that one better with the mother and daughter than I did in this one. Even though I think that Saoirse Ronan and Laurie Metcalf were acting their asses off, I just didn't feel that emotional connection like I wanted to with this movie. So yeah, Lady Bird, it's a good movie. It's just not a great movie. But maybe I need to rewatch it. I don't know. First Cow, one of my favorite movies of 2020. And this is the early review on the channel that I did. And a lot of people made fun of me in the comment section for months after I reviewed this because I said it was one of my favorites of the year. And I'll stand by it. I love First Cow. It's a great movie. It's like a buddy heist film, set back into the frontier era of America. It's like a milk house. They're milk heist. They're stealing milk from cows. It's just a fun story. I love this movie, First Cow. It's awesome. All right, so let's get to maybe my favorite Adam Sandler movie, Uncut Gems. I'm excited that it's coming to Criterion. I do have the Blu-ray. I've watched this a couple times on Blu-ray. When I saw it in theaters, it just blew my mind. I came out of that theater and I looked at my wife. I said, I think I just saw one of my favorite movies of the year. I was still trying to process it and figure it out. I was like, this movie was fucking great. It was fantastic. I love this movie. Yeah, I've watched it a couple times since. Still love the movie, Uncut Gems. I actually feel like watching it tonight, actually. I don't know. We'll see how long this takes. Next up, guys, this is an underrated movie that nobody talks about. This is almost on the level of Moonlight. This is as far as emotion and realism and just beauty and just how it interweaves the story together. But Waves is absolutely heart-wrenching and emotional, and it just hits all the right notes. And yeah, I love this movie. Fantastic performance by Sterling K. Brown. It might be his best performance. Everybody in this movie is great. Kelvin Harrison Jr. I love this movie. Waves. It just Lucas Hedges in this movie, which he's in every A24 movie too. But yeah, if you haven't seen Waves yet, because I feel like it flew under the radar for some people, definitely check out Waves. It's great. Has a lot of A24 films are that you'll find. The Lighthouse. This movie honestly disappointed me a little bit. I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it since the theaters, but I was expecting more of a horror movie in the same vein of The Witch, and I didn't get that with this. This is something different. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I know a lot of people like this. Beautifully shot, great sound design too. I remember seeing this in theaters, and it's just you just hear the foghorns around. Interestingly enough, if you go back all the way to the beginning of my channel, I did a review of this. I came out of the theater. One of the first videos I ever made, just shooting myself like this, talking to the camera. And you'll notice when you look at it, reviewing The Lighthouse fresh out of the theater, and you can see the disappointment on my face. I'm a huge Witch fan. The Lighthouse, it's okay. Great performances, lots of farting. It's fun, I guess. I don't know. This one, again, I don't like it that much, but when I saw it in the theaters, I talked myself into really liking this movie because I love Hereditary, which I don't have in this stack because it's in my 4K collection. I love Hereditary so much. I wanted to love this. I wanted to Ari Aster to be on a roll. It's I don't know. It feels like a parody of his work. It feels like he's parodying himself in this movie. And yeah, it didn't resonate with me. It tried to hit all the same beats that Hereditary did, and it just didn't do a good enough job of accomplishing that. And Florence Pugh, I know she's a hot ticket right now. I know everybody loves her. She's not my jam. Florence Pugh isn't my jam. I'm sorry. So let's move on to The Disaster Artist. This is really funny. James Franco, Seth Rogen, Dave Franco. It's a funny movie inspired by The Making of The Room. It's really funny. That's all I can say. Directed by James Franco as well. This last one, fantastic movie, Robert Pattinson. This is the movie that I would suggest for all of you Robert Pattinson Batman haters out there. If you don't think he can pull off the Batman role, go watch Good Time. Go watch Good Time and then come back to me and tell me that he can't pull off a great Batman. Just do that for me and then we'll be good. So Good Time's awesome. Another Safdie Brothers movie. Same directors as Uncut Gems. So let's move on to my next stack. And I really am going to have to start blowing through these. So La La Land. I love La La Land. It's one of my favorite movies of 2016, if not my favorite movie. Me and my wife saw this on New Year's Eve. Absolutely loved it. La La Land, great musical. Whiplash, favorite movie of the entire decade of the 2010s. Love this movie. American Animals. I'll talk about this one a little bit because this is one that I feel like more people need to see. I recommend this movie to anyone. It's really cool how they do it. It's set in my home state of Kentucky. Yeah, it's like kind of shot like a real life documentary, like mixed with like movie. Like they're actually using the real people in real life that did this heist, and then they're having actors that played the people. It's just a really interesting, cool way that they did this movie, and I think more people need to check this out. This is under the radar, and I think it flew under a lot of people's radar. I think I said the same thing there, but the year it came out, which I think was 2017. But yeah, definitely check out American Animals. It's fantastic. American Hustle, great movie. 2013, I think it got nominated for Best Picture, 10 Academy Award nominations. And I think that Jennifer Lawrence won for this movie. Yeah, this is a great movie, great cast. Enjoy it. Allied, have not seen it yet with Brad Pitt. Have not seen that movie. Knight of Cups with Christian Bale and Kate Beckinsale, Natalie Portman. Haven't seen this movie. I think it's the only Terrence Malick movie I have in my collection though. The Town, this is a great movie directed by Ben Affleck. You got The Post, directed by Steven Spielberg. I haven't seen this movie either. You'll notice that that's a theme continuing on with my collection, except for my A24 films. I've seen most of those because I do love A24. Let me stop a second, take a drink. Like I said, I'm not going to edit too much. You're just going to have to deal with my drinking and my rambling. Vice, really like this movie. Christian Bale as Dick Cheney. This is a fun movie. I'll say it's a fun movie, but also kind of horrific at the same time, but it's fun. Birdman. I love Birdman. I love Michael Keaton. This is one of the best movies of that year. If it wasn't for Whiplash and Nightcrawler, it would probably be my favorite movie, 2014. 2014 is honestly like just one of the most stacked years for film. So yeah, Birdman is incredible. Changeling with Angelina Jolie. I haven't seen this movie, but I need to. Directed by, I believe, Clint Eastwood. Fury with Brad Pitt. This is a really good war movie. Really good war movie. Got Shia LaBeouf in it as well. He's really good in it also. Bleed for this. I haven't seen this. This has got Miles Teller in it. I need to watch this movie. These are a lot of these are like just random like thrifting pickups or whatever. You'll see that a lot. Incendies. I think that's how you pronounce this. This is Denis Villeneuve's first film, and I have not yet seen it. I think that's one of his only films I've seen. Yeah, it's still in the wrap. This is one of Craig S. Zahler's films, and this is Dragged Across Concrete. This is his third film. Again, there's no order to this collection. You'll see the other two probably. Well, actually, Brawl, I think, is in my 4K collection. But yeah, this is a good movie. It's a little bit too long, but it's got Mel Gibson. It's got Vince Vaughn in it. And it's a very violent, gory, and just, if you've ever watched a S. Craig Zahler movie, he has got a very specific style with just how he shoots like violence. And that's no different here. And this movie, like, it starts off okay. It kind of meanders a little bit in the beginning, but the last hour of this movie is super solid and awesome. So I do recommend checking out Dragged Across Concrete if you like Bone Tomahawk and some of his other work. So Apollo 13, Great movie. What is there to say? 1995, Tom Hanks. Love Apollo 13. I don't even think I've watched that Blu-ray copy, though. Gotta scratch my nose. All right, so Hail Caesar. Coen Brothers movie. I don't think this movie is as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. I actually had fun with this movie. It's not great. It's not like top-tier Coens, but it's okay. It's all right. 127 Hours, directed by Danny Boyle, starring James Franco. I think this movie is great. Love this movie. Definitely check that out if you haven't yet. Black Swan came out in the same year as 127 Hours. I think this movie is very weird, and I might need to rewatch it because, I don't know, it was weird. I don't know if I love it or not yet. This is one I might have to rewatch. It's a strange movie. It's a Darren Aronofsky movie for sure. Panic in the Streets. I didn't even know I had this in my collection until I picked it up. So I think I got this at Big Lots. Classic movie, though, it looks like. The Big Short. This is one I need to rewatch at some point. Also directed by Adam McKay, who directed Anchorman. This is his first kind of like dive into like more serious movies, but it also is comedic too. So he was kind of like towing that line. And yeah, I love this movie. It's a great cast. Christian Bale, one of his best performances, is probably like my second favorite Bale performance, to be honest, outside of American Psycho. So yeah, I love Christian Bale in this. Brad Pitt plays a very small role, and then you got Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell. But yeah, this is a really good movie, and this is one I need to watch again because I haven't seen it in a while. Moneyball, great film with Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt. Definitely check this one out if you have not seen Moneyball. Jungle. I remember picking this up at Walmart for $7.50, and yeah, that was a great deal for a Blu-ray for this one. But as you can see, I still have not watched that. Let me know if I should watch Jungle. Is that any good? Next up, we got I Am a Legend with Will Smith. Sorry, I blanked out there for a second. With Will Smith. So yeah, this is a great movie. This one held up for me when I rewatched it. All except for the CGI, this one held up. So, all right, let me push these movies forward. And then let me go through my other stack. Pulling it up, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far, because this is going to be a lot of work. I can already tell. We got 3 billboards right here, guys. I enjoy this movie. Not as much as I think a lot of people do, but I enjoy this movie. I feel like a lot of people forgot about this movie, to be honest. I don't see it come up a lot anymore. The Wrestler, great Aronofsky movie. Love this movie with Mickey Rourke. Easily one of his best films. Love it. West Side Story. Have not seen it. Hidden Figures, really great movie. Like Hidden Figures. Any Given Sunday, great Al Pacino movie. Watch it. The Descendants with George Clooney. I've heard good things, but I have not seen this one. The Usual Suspects. I've still got this in its wrapping. I feel like I've watched it. Maybe I watched it on streaming. I watched it like last year or something. This one lost its value for me because I knew the twist at the end. So I feel like this movie is very dependent upon that twist at the end that happens, which I won't spoil. And because I knew, this movie didn't really have any impact for me. So it was okay. It was all right. A Bigger Splash. This is a Luca Guadagnino film. Have not seen it yet. Need to. Call Me By Your Name. Another Luca Guadagnino film. This one I did not love. I did not love as much as I was hoping to. And I won't get into why. But yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't love that one. The Artist, right here. Never seen it. I think I got this at like a flea market for $3. Joy. Got it at a Big Lots for $3. The sticker's still there. Have not watched it. Boyhood. I am ashamed to say I have not watched this Richard Linklater film. Heard amazing things. Need to. Little Miss Sunshine. This is a great movie that I need to rewatch. I remember watching it, I think back in 2007 is probably the last time I watched it. But yeah, I love this movie. This is one of Steve Carell's like first serious type movies, I would say. Little Miss Sunshine, though, is great. Gone with the Wind. I'm glad I own this on physical media with all the controversy last year of them like changing around things. But yeah, I got it in this cool Warner Icons collection series. I almost said Warner Archive. So that's cool. Argo, directed by Ben Affleck. This is a good film. It's a good film. I like this film. I like it. Gone Baby Gone. Love this movie. Have not seen it in a long time. Need to rewatch it. The Hurt Locker. This movie blew me away when I watched it for the first time. I think like 2 years ago. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like the Middle Eastern like war movies because it just feels like so relevant to today. I just don't even really enjoy watching them. This one was fantastic. This is fantastic. So The Hurt Locker, great, deserving of Best Picture. Love the movie. Zero Dark 30, haven't checked out again. Catherine Bigelow's other war type movie. But yeah, I've heard great things about this one. I need to check it out. Detroit, another Catherine Bigelow movie I need to check out for sure. And I had those all together, so I was organized. I don't have Point Break though, or Near Dark. I need to get those. Hopefully on 4K. Let's see, we've got The Hateful Eight. I think we're getting into our Tarantino run, guys. So yeah, Hateful Eight, I think super underrated Tarantino. And I love Hateful Eight. Love it. Love it more and more every single time I watch it. I think I've seen it like 3 times. I haven't watched the Netflix one yet, though. I love the slipcover on this, too. I love the way it feels in my hands. I think it opens up, too. Yeah, it does open up. Let me show this to you guys. Oh, that is awesome. Look at that. Look at that. I love these, like, little... Going back through the collection, like, you don't remember these things. You just don't remember all the little gems that you have in your collection until you get to them, and it's really cool. That's why I love physical media. All right, so we're getting to Django. Yes, that's right, Django. I never say it right. Django. I got you. This is one of my favorite Tarantino's. Top 3, easily. Love it. And Glorious Bastards. Number 4. I think the Django overtook this one. I still love it, though. Great. There's no bad Tarantino movie. There's no Tarantino movie that I don't think is great. I even love Death Proof. So yeah, there you go. Inglourious Bastards is fantastic. Jackie Brown, even though it's the lower tier on my Tarantino list, I love this movie. I watched it a couple years ago. Absolutely love this movie. Jackie Brown, fantastic. This is my favorite Tarantino. Actually, I'll show them both. This is my top 2. Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction. I cannot wait until both of these, let me hold close so I can put them in focus. I cannot wait till both of these come to 4K. I cannot wait. These are my 2 favorites. To be honest, I'll say today that Pulp Fiction is my favorite. I usually always do, but Kill Bill is also one of my favorite movies of all time. Any day of the week, these 2 could switch. At any point in time, they could switch. I love them. They're both in my top 20 movies of all time. Love them both. Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill. All right, so moving on, guys. We got another stack coming. Old Man and the Gun, David Lowery film I have not seen. I've not seen this one. Good Will Hunting, a movie I've definitely seen. A movie that I've definitely cried watching. Robin Williams. I mean, it hits me even more now that he's not with us, but this is his best performance. He's so freaking good in this movie. Sicario. Love it. I think we're getting into a little... Nope, this is just... I guess I got my Villeneuves all separated. I don't know why. Sicario, great movie. Great movie, but I had it on Blu-ray, so I didn't feel like I needed the steelbooks that came out, even though I kind of wanted them. Hell or High Water, guys. This is super underrated. I need to pull the trigger on this 4K. I should have when it was on sale, but more people need to check out Hell or High Water. One of the best movies from the past 10 years. Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine, Ben Foster. Such a great cast in this movie. They're all so good together. And what I would call kind of a modern day Western. Wind River, another modern day Western. Awesome movie. Love Wind River. It's not as good as Hell or High Water, Sicario, in my opinion. But it's really great. I love Wind River. With Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye in it. All right, Manchester by the Sea, guys. This is a really good movie. I'm going to adjust my position here. I feel like I have to call out every time I do something weird on this stream. Or not stream, but video. Manchester by the Sea is very manipulative in just its grief and how it wants to like really come at you and like make you cry and be upset. And that's why I couldn't fully engage with it. It's a good movie. It's got great performances in it by Michelle Williams and Casey Affleck. I'm not saying that it doesn't. The storyline is very over the top with what happens. I won't say what happens, but it's so over the top that it's like, really? You had to do that? Like, that's awful. Like, why did you do that? Like, you didn't have to do that. But they did it, and whatever. Manchester by the Sea. I know a lot of people love it, so I got it because I like owning all the Best Picture nominated films. Mud with Matthew McConaughey. This is one that I know a lot of people talk about. I need to check it out. A lot of people said it was pretty great. Crazy Stupid Love. This is super underrated. It is one of my favorite like romantic comedies from the past 10 years. I absolutely love this movie. I adore it. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. This is kind of like the prelude to La La Land. I guess you would say the prologue, whatever you want to call it. Steve Carell, Julianne Moore. I love Julianne Moore. I love Steve Carell. I love everybody in this movie. It's so fun. Yeah, it's a really feel-good movie. I put this movie on when I'm in a bad mood. It just makes me feel better. I love Crazy Stupid Love. Drive. This is a movie that I watched back in 2011. I didn't fully get it, I don't guess. It's not like an action movie. If you go into it thinking that it is, it's not, even though there are some very hard scenes of violence in it. It's not an action movie. It's very meticulously paced or methodically paced. I don't know what I'm saying. It's very slow paced, I guess what I'm trying to say. But the way it builds and the way it just keeps escalating, I think this movie's great. I think Gosling's showcases just why he's one of the best actors working today. I wish he would do more nowadays. It feels like he hasn't really done anything in a while, but he's had such a great career and he's one of my favorite actors. So you'll see him a lot in this collection. The Help. This is a really good movie. I enjoyed this movie. Emma Stone, Viola Davis, everybody has great performances in this movie. And yeah, I picked it up, I think a couple of years ago and watched it, and I hadn't seen it before. But yeah, The Help is great. Love that movie. Darkest Hour. This is the one that Gary Oldman won the Oscar for. It's an okay movie with a great performance. That's all I'll say. Inception, one of the most overrated movies of the past 10 years. It's good. It's not great. There you go. You all can dislike the video now. I'm sorry. The Revenant. It's got a really cool bear attack scene, and it's a good movie from what I remember. I need to rewatch it. It's a long movie. I just remember that bear attack scene. It's vicious. You Were Never Really Here with Joaquin Phoenix. This is like a modern day Taxi Driver. If you love Taxi Driver, you will love this movie because it's almost a remake of Taxi Driver, just the way it, not really in the story. I mean, it's honestly kind of the same story. But yeah, this is a great movie directed by Lynn Ramsey, who also did We Need to Talk About Kevin. It's a good movie. Check this one out. You Were Never Really Here. And LA Confidential. This is one I didn't love either. This one got a lot of hype. You know, it was hyped up. I think a movie from 1997. It's got a great cast in it. I mean, yeah, you got Guy Pearce, Russell Crowe, Kim Basinger, Kevin Spacey. I mean, Jesus, this cast is insane. But yeah, I don't love this movie. I didn't love it. I watched it for the first time, I think, last year. The Nice Guys. This is one, actually a good double feature. These movies kind of feel like they could be in the same universe. The Nice Guys, fantastic. This is great kind of buddy cop kind of comedy directed by Shane Black. More people need to talk about this movie. It's great. I feel like a lot of film fans love it, but outside of that, nobody really talks about it. So Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, they're great together in this movie. It's a really great movie. I love Nice Guys. This is another one, Nocturnal Animals. This is one of the best movies of the year. It came out 2016. Nobody talks about this movie. It's directed by a fashion designer, Tom Ford, Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal, who alongside Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite actors working today. Both of them are like my man crushes. I love both of them. Anytime they're in a movie, I'm there. But Amy Adams in this movie, the guy who played Kick-Ass, can't think of his name, Quicksilver, Aaron Taylor Johnson is in this movie too, and he's really creepy. Michael Shannon's in this movie. This movie is seriously underrated, and if you can get past the first like 3 minutes of the opening, very weird, you'll understand when you watch it. You'll love this movie. You'll love this movie. Nocturnal Animals, awesome. Saving Private Ryan, one of the best war films ever made. What else is there to say? Creed, hot take. I love the Rocky franchise, but this is my favorite Rocky film. And yes, it's absolutely a Rocky film. Creed's a Rocky film, and it is my favorite. I love this movie so much. I think that Sylvester Stallone gives his best performance as the character in this movie. I love him as the mentor. The Full Monty. This isn't that good. I didn't like this one. I didn't like it. Life of Pi. Haven't seen it yet. Still has the Dollar General sticker on it. So yeah, I haven't even opened it. Law Abiding Citizen. This is a great movie from 2009. I really remember loving this when it came out. One I definitely need to rewatch. Jamie Foxx, Gerard Butler. Definitely one of the best movies that both of them have ever been in. Really enjoy that movie. Foxcatcher. I watched the first 30 minutes of this and could not get into it. Steve Carell is absolutely wackadoodle in this movie. His performance is on another level. I need to go back and check it out, but I couldn't get into it. But yeah, I need to go back and check it out. I may not have been in the right frame of mind to watch it. True Grit. This is a good Western remake. I didn't love it, but you know, it's Coen Brothers, so it's of a certain quality. It's good. There Will Be Blood is great. And I don't know if it's a hot take, but like, I would almost consider this movie a horror movie. I almost consider this movie a horror movie, especially with the score. It just feels very horror. And also what happens at the end. You drank, or no, he said, I drank your milkshake. I drank it up. It's a horror movie. Daniel Day-Lewis, man, it's fucking phenomenal, this movie. Love it. Another one, No Country for Old Men. And I have them together. Both nominated for Best Picture, same year. Both these movies came out the same year. No Country won. You could go either way, to be honest. These are both masterpieces. I prefer No Country. I've just seen it more times. I think that Javier Bardem just gives one of the greatest villain performances. But they're both so good. It's like, how can you pick? All right. Let's go, guys. We are getting into stack number 5 of the first wave. Guys, I don't know how I'm going to do this. The Fighter. It's a good movie. Christian Bale, Mark Wahlberg. Let me take a drink real quick. And we're going to fire through these last 2 stacks. All right. Let's do it. Simple Favor. I actually saw this movie on my birthday. We did a double feature with this and Hellfest. It was an interesting double feature, but I remember it being like one of my favorite birthdays because I was at the theater watching 2 movies, and I rarely get to do that. It's a good movie. It's like a dark comedy. Blind Spotting. This is one of the most underrated movies of the past 10 years. I didn't say the best, but it's one of the most underrated. Like, not a lot of people have even talked about this movie. This movie, it just hits. It gives such a great like social commentary, and it's also like very comedic and very dramatic, very emotional as well. It just does a lot of things together, and it does them so well. I love Blind Spotting. It's great. Great movie. Beale Street Can Talk. Great movie, directed by Barry Jenkins. So I can't wait for his next film. Need to watch that Amazon Prime show that he did. Little Women. I saw this in the theaters and I thought it was okay. I watched it at home with my wife and it just hit me on a whole nother level. I love Little Women. It's one of my favorite movies from the past few years. It's so good. Such a feel-good movie. This is a movie that you should watch like on Christmas or something with your family. It's just a great movie. I love Little Women. Great movie. And Timothée Chalamet, I really turned around on Timothée Chalamet with that movie. I loved him in it. Loved him in it. And I don't say that a lot about Chalamet movies. Bubble. Didn't see it. Bought it at the Dollar Tree. The Departed. This is a lot of people's favorite Scorsese. Not quite mine. I don't even know if it would crack my top 5. Maybe my top 10. But it's a good movie. I just don't think it's a great movie. Taxi Driver. This is my favorite Scorsese film, almost tied with Wolf of Wall Street. So 2 great Scorsese films right here, guys, on Blu-ray. You also got another one that a lot of people love, Raging Bull. This is a fantastic movie. It's kind of like the anti-Rocky, but yeah, it's a great movie. Goodfellas, and this cool Warner Icons collector's slipcover. So yeah, this is a great film. Can't say too many bad things about Goodfellas. It's a classic. It's a classic for a reason. 7. Just watched this movie for the first time last year, and the ending, even knowing the ending, it still blew me away and just unsettled me to my core. So yeah, 7 gets high marks for that. This Is Where I Leave You. Never seen it. Never seen it. Need to watch it. Selma. I've seen parts of this movie, but I have not seen it its entirety yet. I need to watch this all the way. The Blind Side. Have not seen it. Need to watch it. A lot of people hype up The Blind Side. Pain and Gain. Haven't seen it. Need to watch it. Michael Bay film. A lot of people say some good things about that one. This is one of the only, if not the only, Wes Anderson movie that I have in my collection. This is Isle of Dogs. I bought this when it came out because I love the slipcover, and I still haven't watched it yet. Hitchcock. I watched this, I think, on streaming, and then I bought the Blu-ray at a Dollar Tree. I wanted this to be so much more than what it was. This is like the retelling of like the making of Psycho, but it's like a real movie. It's not like a documentary or anything, but it has Anthony Hopkins as Hitchcock. I don't know, with this cast and with the premise, like I was just hoping that it would be better and more interesting, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't. Slumdog Millionaire. This is a good movie. This is a good movie. Won Best Picture. I know a lot of people said it probably shouldn't, but I think it's a good movie. I have to go back and look at what it contended against in 2008, but I don't know. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's good. Amadeus, another Best Picture winner. This is a great film. Great film. Watched it last year. I think, well, actually 2 years ago, probably. Still holds up. Fargo. This is one of my favorite Coen Brothers movies. This is probably like right behind No Country as like my favorite Coen Brothers film. So yeah, absolutely love Fargo. Love Fargo to death. American History X, guys. Have not seen this in forever. Need to rewatch it. Fight Club with the cool Deadpool slipcover. Yeah, I watched this again earlier this year. This movie absolutely holds up. It's fantastic. But I already broke the first rule. So Steve Jobs, this is a different movie. Was not what I was expecting, just how they tell the story. But it's good, I guess. I just didn't like it that much. Fences. I love Fences. I talk about Fences all the time. Every time somebody brings up Denzel Washington, this movie just hits all the right beats for me, just as far as like how they tell the story and just the relationship between Viola Davis and Denzel Washington. I think it's fantastic. I love movies that are like all in one day, all in one setting. This feels like a play in cinematic form, but I really love that. It's one of the reasons why I love Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. But yeah, I love this movie. This just, the characters so great. The acting is so fantastic. Like Denzel, man, is just, he is on top of his game in this movie. There are scenes in this movie that just make me feel so uncomfortable and also just so sad and so emotional. It just makes me feel like I'm in the room experiencing it with them. Like that's what these two actors can do with each other, and they're just so great in the movie. This is why I don't do these type of videos. I have to talk so much about these. I just can't show a movie and then move on. Phantom Thread, I haven't seen it yet, so there you go. Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson. This is one of the few Wes Anderson movies I've seen. I've seen this and Royal Tenenbaums, that's it. I'd say I like Royal Tenenbaums a little bit better. This is still really good too. 2014 movie. Peanut Butter Falcon, love this movie. 2019, Shia LaBeouf, Zach Gonsagan? Yeah, Gonsagan. Such great chemistry together. It's like, they were like the duo of the year for 2019. I love that movie. The Fault in Our Stars, haven't seen it. Don't know if I really even want to. The Favorites, another favorite Yorgos Lanthimos of mine. So yeah, I love The Favorite. It's really fun. Emma Stone, great cast. Flights. A lot of people were recommending this to me when I did a Denzel Washington stream a few months ago. I need to watch this one for sure, but I do own it. Lion, this is one of the few Best Picture nominees from that year, 2016, I think, that I haven't seen yet. So I need to check this one out. I know a lot of people said some good things about it. The Shape of Water is good, not great. Guillermo del Toro. I like it, but it's not great. Hostels. This is fun. This is... what am I saying? I haven't even seen this movie. See, I'm like already zoning out and just kind of going through the motions. I haven't seen Hostels. There you go. Hang 'em High with Clint Eastwood. Haven't seen it. Bridge of Spies. Haven't seen it. I need to see a lot of these movies. Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I've got it still wrapped, but I have seen this movie. I watched it on streaming like a couple of years ago. It's a good movie. It's decent. Not great, but it's decent. This is a great movie. This is why, along with Whiplash, along with Birdman, along with Captain America, the Winter Soldier, which we'll see later, is why 2014 is just one of the best years in cinematic history to me. Jake Gyllenhaal absolutely robbed for not getting a Best Actor nom for this. Like, this movie is so unsettling and just raw and just captures like the ugliest side of LA that you could possibly imagine. And I love this movie so much. Nightcrawler's great. And this slipcover is freaking awesome too. I'm glad I found it. I think I found like a half-price books with a slipcover. It was awesome. Prisoners. This movie is very hard to watch. This is easily, to me, Hugh Jackman's best performance. And I know a lot of people will say Logan, but I think the people that say Logan, I agree, he's great in that. They haven't seen this. And if you see this, you will know what I mean when I say that this is Hugh Jackman's best performance. Also has Jake Gyllenhaal. So it's a great movie. Platoon. Haven't seen it. Place Beyond the Pines. This is a great movie too. I love this movie. It's really cool how they structure this one in like a 3-act kind of thing. And they're kind of moving through time and stuff. So something very shocking happens at the end of the first act, though. I will say that will have you very shocked. That's all I'll say. Ryan Gosling as well. Again, Ryan Gosling, Jake Gyllenhaal. I love them both so much. Forrest Gump, classic on Blu-ray. Why not? Dunkirk, overrated. Again, I won't say that with every Nolan movie, but yeah, overrated. Rock of Ages. Haven't seen it. Red Dawn. I think this is the remake. No, this is the original. This is the original Red Dawn. This is okay. It's okay. It's fine. Castaway. Favorite Tom Hanks movie. Probably like, I don't know, third favorite Zemeckis movie. This is one of the reasons why I think Zemeckis is so freaking underrated as a director. This and Forrest Gump and Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I mean, come on, man. The guy's had so many great movies. Give the man some respect. I'm just throwing the movies down at this point. Casablanca. It's good. It's good. I didn't love it, but it's good. Deepwater Horizon. Really good. I think it's one of Mark Wahlberg's better performances. Lone Survivor. I think this is one of Mark Wahlberg's better performances. Patriots Day. I think this is one of Mark Wahlberg's better performances. Do you see a theme here? And I think all of these were directed by Peter Berg. So whenever he works with Peter Berg, he does good stuff. So there you have it, guys. We made it to the end of Wave 1. Let's get to Wave 2. All right, guys. So we are back. And, you know, I put up Wave 1 and now I've got Wave 2. I'm getting ready to get into that. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to count my Blu-rays for you guys as I go, but I am going to count them. I'm going to put the total either in the title of the video. I'll probably put it in the title or in the description below. Either one. But yeah, I'm on a roll right now. I don't want to stop and count everything. But this is my horror wave, I guess we would call it. So these are a lot of horror movies in here. There may be some other ones here and there, but this is mostly just like my standalone horror Blu-rays that I've got. Not Scream Factories or Arrows or any boutiques or anything like that, but just regular horror movies. So let's go ahead and burn through these, guys. I'm going to try to get through these as quick as I can because, to be honest, I'm not making great time so far. So Machete. This is a Robert Rodriguez film, and I haven't seen this in a really long time. I remember enjoying it. I don't think I've seen the sequel at all. All right, so we got My Bloody Valentine right here, guys. This is the original one. So I got this one. This is a cool pickup. I found it at a Goodwill, I think, for like $2. So My Bloody Valentine Blu-ray. That was a pretty good pickup right there. I liked that pickup. Mom and Dad with Nicolas Cage. That's a good pickup right there. Let me adjust this camera real quick. I feel like I'm a little bit too low. I never do this in videos. I never adjust my camera. So this is something new. So we got Mom and Dad right here, guys, with Nicolas Cage, Selma Blair. I need to watch this. A lot of people say some good things about this one. I need to check that one out for sure. Disturbia. This is a fun Shia LaBeouf kind of Rear Window ripoff type movie. The Bye Bye Man. This is a movie that I was miserable watching the entire time I watched it. The Crow and this cool retro VHS slipcover right here, guys. Look at that. That is awesome. This is a movie I have not watched since I was a kid. I still have it on VHS tape. I need to rewatch this one for sure. That needs a 4K. That needs a 4K bad. The Visit. This is a good Shyamalan movie. This is an example of good Shyamalan movie. Found footage. This is fun. I like The Visit. Ouija. This is the prequel to the first one that is way better than the original, which you don't really see happen too often. We Are Still Here. I think that this has, I feel like this has Barbara Crampton in it. Maybe not, but I feel like it does. Anyway, let's move on. I haven't seen this movie. Paranormal Activity with this cool slipcover. I think I got this at Walmart. Yeah, this is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I don't care what anybody says. It's great. It creeps me the fuck out every time I watch this movie. It is so creepy, so scary. And yeah, I love horror movies that scare me. And found footage movies creep me out every single time. Paranormal Activity 2. I think this is a great sequel, great horror sequel. Along with a third one. I think that they make a great horror trilogy, which I don't have on Blu-ray. I need it. Annabelle Creation. This is the best Annabelle film. I'll say that. The Nun. This is the best Nun film. I'll say that, but still pretty shitty. The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. Two of my favorite horror movies of the past decade. I love both of them. That is why The Devil Made Me Do It was such a letdown. Such a letdown. But yeah, these need to come to 4K, like in the worst way. Really bad. The Lost Boys. This is one that's rumored to come to 4K at some point in 2022. So yeah, still in the plastic, and I have not seen The Lost Boys since I was a kid. I need to rewatch it. A lot of people talk it up. Dario Argento Tenebrae. This is my favorite Argento movie. Very close to Suspiria. Suspiria is moving up every single time I watch it, but I love this movie when I watched it. The score in this one by Goblin is freaking rad, awesome, and cool. This is a Synopsis Films release, so that's cool. This is a boutique label, but I've only got one. Actually, I got two Synopsis because I got the 4K, my 4K collection of Suspiria. But yeah, really, really love this movie. Favorite Argento right there. The Shining. Come on. Come on, this is my second favorite horror movie of all time. It's in my top 10 movies of all time. The Shining, Blu-ray. I own like 10 different copies of it. These are all Universal monsters, like the little glow-in-the-dark ones. Frankenstein, Invisible Man, The Mummy, so they're all pretty cool. Go ahead and throw them up there. The ABCs of Death. I haven't seen this movie. I heard some good things, though. Heard some good things. The Wolf of Snow Hollow. I bought this earlier this year. Still haven't watched it. I need to get on that. Pet Sematary, the remake. I don't like it as much as the original, of course, but I did not think that this was that bad. I didn't think that this was that bad. I enjoyed it, and I liked the twist that they put, the little spin they put on the ending. I actually liked that. I actually did. Jigsaw. I can barely even remember this movie. It was a Saw movie. The Thing, the remake. I haven't watched this. This is a Mill Creek release. But yeah, apparently this is a prequel. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Haven't seen it. I need to watch it though. I've heard people say some good things. Guns Akimbo. Bought this last year. Still have not watched it. Still in the plastic. There you go. Dracula. The Bela Lugosi Dracula. I watched this last year for the first time. Thought it was great. Really loved it. Cool vibes to it. Can't wait for the 4K. This is the Saw 8 film collection. So I have all the Saw movies in one collection for $15, which, you know, at $2 a piece is pretty much what I think a Saw film is worth. That telling you anything about my fandom of Saw. This was $20 a piece for 7 Chucky films, which is about, I don't know, what is that, $3 a piece for each Chucky movie. I would pay like $10 for the first 3, and after that I would pay 10 cents. So I guess that adds up about right? That would be like $30. But yeah, this is the 7 movie Chucky collection. So I'm glad to own all of them, even though I really only enjoy watching, like, I don't know, 3 of them. This is the Leprechaun 7 film collection as well. I got a lot of collections in here. I need to get on these horror movies. And I watched the first one. It held up for me okay, I guess. It was fun. But I actually can't wait to watch the sequels because it's been forever since I seen 2, 3, and 4. I watched them when I was a kid. And Back to the Hood, I think, or In the Hood, it's been a while also. And I haven't seen Back to the Hood 2 and the origin ones. I don't know. Blair Witch. Not the original, but the sequel. Yeah, you would call this a sequel, I think. Reboot, sequel, whatever. I think this is super underrated. Directed by Adam Wingard. I love Adam Wingard as a director. He's got 2 other films in this collection that you'll see that I love and I think are super underrated. I think this is underrated. I think this is a great Blair Witch sequel. I love how they just kind of expand on the world in this one and the mythology of the Blair Witch. I just think it's fantastic. I love it. And again, I'm a sucker for found footage movies anyway, though. 28 Days Later. Honestly, I thought this movie was overrated. It's okay. I get what it did for the genre, for the zombie genre. I think it's a well-directed movie, but I just didn't love it. I didn't love it. The Last House on the Left. So the Wes Craven film. Yeah, this is in the remake. So yeah, I've seen this once. It's been a while. I need to go back and rewatch that one. Or not. The Lazarus Effect. Never seen it. Jennifer Body, really good. This one actually held up better for me when I rewatched it. Directed by Karen Kusama, which I need another one of her films in my collection. The Invitation, like, desperately. The Guest. I will recommend this movie to anybody who asks for a movie recommendation. I just think this movie is super awesome. It's almost like it's like the Terminator, like a modern day Terminator, but it's got like 80s vibes, it's got Halloween vibes. It's a great movie to watch around Halloween. Great performance by Dan Stevens. Maca Monroe's in it. She's fantastic. The cast is great. This movie goes in some really trippy ass directions, and I love The Guest. I think it's one of the best of the past few years. Apollo 18, haven't seen it. Heard bad things about it. It Follows, again, guys. This along with like The Babadook and The Conjuring, this like revived horror for me back in like 2013, 2014. Like it was essentially dead for me. After the Saw torture porn craze and the reboot craze of the 2000s, like I just wasn't a huge horror fan in that time. Like I didn't focus on it. I always loved horror, but I just didn't care about it that much. And these movies like this really brought it back. I'm like, oh, they're making some really interesting, really scary ghost horror stories now. And I was here for it. So It Follows is fantastic. It's one of the movies that kind of pulled me back into horror. Not that I ever really left, but you know what I mean? Like modern horror, I guess. Like new horror. The Thing. It's one of the best movies of all time. This is in my top 50, top 10 horror movies. Great John Carpenter movie. What can you say about The Thing? I can't wait for the 4K. But until then, I'm happy with my cool Blu-ray. Non-Scream Factory. Just a regular Blu-ray. I got it for like $7. Beyond the Black Rainbow. This is from the same director as Mandy. Haven't watched this one yet, but I bought it after I watched Mandy because I wanted to check it out and just haven't gotten around to it yet. The Fifth Element, Blu-ray. I think I got this on a Walmart bin. I remember this movie being okay. I didn't love it. I've only seen it once, so I need to rewatch it. Hannibal. This is one of the only movies I remember falling asleep to in the movie theater. So there you go. Maybe need to rewatch that one though. A Nightmare on Elm Street. This is the only Freddy movie I own on Blu-ray. I don't own that Elm Street set. I am holding out hope for Scream Factory to release that damn box set. Otherwise, I got this and I got my DVD collection, if you can see it right over my shoulder, back there. So I have all the Elm Street movies, just don't have it on Blu-ray. So yeah, holding out for Scream Factory. Give it to me. Give it to me, but I have the best one on Blu-ray. I need to get Dream Warriors on Blu-ray though. Curse of Chucky. This was okay. This was okay. Kind of felt like Chucky was going in the right direction, and they completely unraveled that with Cult. So, Dawn of the Dead. This is my favorite zombie film, favorite Zack Snyder film. Absolutely love this movie. I love it. Love it. Dawn of the Dead. Need to rewatch it. Child's Play. I got a standalone Chucky here, even though I got the set. But I love this cover right there with Chucky. Just so freaking awesome. I love it. The Wicker Man. This is the reason why I don't like Midsommar that much. It copied this movie. He parodied himself. He tried to copy himself, and then he tried to copy the story and then throw in some kind of bullshit romance breakup angle. And this is just the best. If you like or love Midsommar, go watch The Wicker Man. It's so much better. So much better. All right. Jeepers Creepers. I haven't watched it in a while. I need to see Jeepers Creepers again, I guess. I remember being pretty creepy. The Faculties is, oh God, I love this movie. Between this and From Dusk Till Dawn, I cannot decide which is my favorite Rodriguez film, but it's probably Dusk Till Dawn. But I love this movie too. I watched it so many times as a kid. And yeah, this is just, I love this movie. It's so cool and slick. This along with Scream, they're probably like my two favorites. Of that era of horror in the late 90s. So, yeah, love The Faculty. Love The Faculty. Psycho 4-movie collection, guys. I need to get on watching Psycho 2, Psycho 3, and Psycho 4. I've seen them, but it's been since I was a kid. And yeah, I need to watch them again because I heard some people say some good things about Psycho 2. It actually holds up pretty well. This is the original Psycho. So Psycho's another one I have a lot of different versions of. I got multiple Blu-ray copies, DVDs, and 4K, all that stuff. Steelbooks and all that. Leprechaun Returns. This is the 8th movie in the Leprechaun franchise. I haven't seen that one. Insidious, The Last Key. Insidious 3. This is a franchise that every single one, it starts off great and then they all get worse as they go. Insidious 2 and Insidious are the two best of this franchise, though. So the ones that James Wan directed. Surprise, surprise. Whenever he hands his franchise off to somebody else, it always goes downhill. So James Wan, you're great at starting them, but you need to finish them too. Same with Saw. Don't Breathe is super underrated. More people need to watch it. I know it's a movie people talk about, but yeah, go watch Don't Breathe. It's like one of the best home invasion thrillers ever. A home invasion thriller that kind of flips that concept on its head and does it like in the reverse. But yeah, this is really good. Great cast in that one too. Final Destination. The Final Destination. I think this is the fourth one. I don't know if I've seen that one. God, this is a masterpiece. These are like some bangers in here. Get Out. I love Get Out. It is, oh my God, this is so good. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Top 10 movies of like the past decade. What can you say about Get Out? It's a movie that, to me, you can just tell when you watch certain movies. And Get Out is one of those horror movies that in 50 years, they're going to be talking about this movie like we're talking about Psycho, like Halloween now. I truly believe that. This is a movie that's going to transcend time. This is a game changer for horror. Jordan Peele, his directorial debut, absolutely kill it. It just makes me feel bad for the rest of his career because there's just like almost no way he'll ever be able to live up to this movie. Like Us tried, and I like Us, and I'm excited for Nope, that one that just got announced. But like, he has got a Herculean task in front of him to top this movie because like it's just one of the best movies ever made. One of the best horror movies ever made. Get Out, love it. Mama. It's okay. It's okay. Andy Muschietti. Split. Great Shyamalan movie. I love Split. It's so much fun. Yeah, James McAvoy. He deserved to be nominated for an Oscar for that movie, I think. Puppet Master, the first one, it doesn't hold up for me. I don't like this movie. I like some of the sequels. I just don't like the first one. House at the End of the Street. I haven't seen it. Jennifer Lawrence. I have not seen that one. Jaws 2. Jaws 2 is so much fun. It's not as great as Jaws, but it's a fun slasher shark movie. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. The producer's cut. Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers, it's hit or miss for me. It's okay. I used to really like it when I was a kid. I thought it was real creepy. Paul Rudd's weird in it. He's not great, to be honest, but yeah, Curse of Michael Myers. Halloween, I love the franchise. It's just some of the movies are just hit or miss. Victor Crowley. This is a pile of dog shit. I liked some of the Hatchet movies, but this one just sucked. Amityville Horror. I need to watch this one again. I haven't seen this one in a while. Seen the remake, but not that one in a while. It. The 1990 It. Tim Curry. You guys, you can fight me in the comment section. This is better than Andy Muschietti's, both of his films. Even the first one. I know people say the first one's great, the second one's okay. This is better than both of them. I love this movie. The actors in this movie, some of them aren't the greatest. The adult actors, they're all like TV actors. They're not the best. They're not better than James McAvoy or Jessica Chastain, but they will forever be those characters to me. It's just the way that it is. Like John Boy is Bill. John Ritter is, what the heck is his name? I can't think of what is that? Bill and Ben Hansen, Hanscom, I think is his name. But yeah, like the actors in this movie, they're those characters to me. Seth Green is a great Richie. He's a great Richie. Jonathan Brandis is a great younger Bill. I love the actors in this movie. And they're those characters to me. They'll never not be those characters. So it's always hard to watch the more recent one because I just don't buy those kids as those characters because I'm so tied to that movie. It's like one of the first horror movies I've ever seen. Favorite horror movie of all time, The Exorcist. Give me the 4K, but I do love this lenticular slipcover. I love The Exorcist. There's not too much to say about it. Trick or Treat. This is really fun. I mean, when I first watched it, I didn't love it, but over the years, I've come to really enjoy another little fun lenticular slipcover. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is recently announced for 4K. I actually forgot this is in my collection, so that's actually kind of cool. Lords of Salem right here, guys. Lords of Salem. directed by Rob Zombie. I've heard some good things. I've heard some bad things, but I need to watch it because I haven't seen it. You're Next, another Adam Wingard movie. This is just this one also, like with The Conjuring, it follows. It's a different kind of movie. It's a home invasion slasher kind of movie, but it's such a fresh spin on the home invasion genre. And the actress in this movie, I think her name's Sharni Vinson. I don't know why she hasn't done more stuff. She's so badass in this movie. She's like one of the best female characters, most badass female characters of all time. Love her in this movie. Cabin in the Woods. This is great. I love Cabin in the Woods. The spin that has on. I remember me and my wife saw this in the theaters. We were just like blown away by the twist. If you want to call it a twist, but they kind of foreshadow it at the beginning. But this is fun. Like I watch this every couple of years ever since I've seen it, and I really like it. Cabin in the Woods, great. Carrie, classic, directed by Brian De Palma, one of the first Stephen King adaptations. Let me take another drink. I've gone through this one pretty good. Carrie. Carrie is one of the not so great Stephen King adaptations. I don't know. It was okay. I can't really remember it too much. I know I've seen it. Maggie. This was an interesting Arnold performance. Very different. It's a sweet father-daughter story about the daughter turning into a zombie. So it's good for what it is. All right. So let's bring in this next stack. Survival of the Dead. Found that at a Dollar Tree. So there you go. Inferno. This is a Blue Underground release. I just bought this one not too long ago. Dario Argento. Need to watch this one. Heard a lot of good things. Bloodfest. Got this at Dollar General. Heard good things about this one as well. So I need to check this one out. I think it's newer. Species. I remember watching Species as a kid. And yeah, I need to rewatch that one at some point. The Domestics. Looks cool. Dollar General, random buy. Silent House. I think this was Dollar General too, or Dollar Tree, or one of those dollar stores. Hatchet. The first Hatchet. This is a fun movie. Definitely better than Victor Crowley. But yeah, Happy Death Day. Love the slipcover on this one with the cake. This is, I don't want to say underrated. I feel like a lot of people like this, but I had a lot of fun with this one. And for a PG, this is how you do PG-13 horror. It's just edgy enough to feel like a very mature R-rated horror film, but they're very smart with how they like place the gore and the violence and stuff like that to still maintain its PG-13. So I thought this was a really cool story that they didn't exactly follow up on the second one. I didn't like the second one as much, but I do love the first one. Zombieland Double Tap. Really fun movie. Same thing with the first one. I think they're both they're almost the same to me as far as like quality. I enjoyed both of them pretty equally. Paradise Hills. This is a random Walmart buy last year, and I haven't watched it yet. I heard some cool things about it though. Unfriended. Like I said, I'm a sucker for the found footage Zoom call horror movies, and this one was another one that creeped me out. I like this movie a lot. Thought it was really effective. Strangers Pray at Night. I don't have the first one, but I have the sequel. I thought the sequel was good. I thought it was fun. I like the sequel. Truth or Dare. This is a very weird opinion, but I have fun with this movie too. This one in Fantasy Island. A lot of people trash on this director. I think it's Jeff Ladow or whatever, or Wadlow. His movies are ridiculous, but like they're fun, and I enjoy watching them. So I like Truth or Dare. It's okay. I'm getting a little loopy right now. It's it's getting late. It's approaching the 11 o'clock hour. I am tired. But guys, you guys mean the world to me. And when you told me you wanted to see my Blu-ray collection in one video, I rolled up my sleeves. I breathed really heavy. I got really nervous. I punched my fist like this. I curled my fist like this. And I said, all right, guys, we're going to do this. We're going to do this, and I'm going to power through it for you guys because I love you. You guys mean everything to me. You guys mean everything to me. Sinister. Really creepy movie. Really creepy movie with Ethan Hawke. Final Destination 2. I don't know why I have all these so badly out of order. Let's see. Because we're getting into some Halloweens here in a little bit. But the first Final Destination is right here. So I do have both of them. I have both of them, and I enjoy both of those pretty equally. My favorite of the franchise is still the third one. I love the third one with the roller coaster and tanning beds and stuff. I think that's really fun. Joyride, Candy Cane. This is a good movie. I remember watching this one a lot as a teenager. I need to rewatch this one. This is one me and my friends used to talk about and joke about a lot with the Candy Cane. Suspiria remake. And I got the Korean export of the original Suspiria. So this is not a great transfer, to be honest. And after I've seen the 4K, like the difference between the two is night and day, just as far as like the colors and stuff. But it's a cool release. I'm glad I have it in my collection. I bought it because it was the cheapest way to own it. At the time, it was cheaper than the other Synopsis release, so I got it just to watch it. And yeah, this one's quickly moving up like some of my favorite horror movies of all time. Still like Tenebrae a little better. This is a great remake. This is like how you do a remake right. It's like the same kind of story, but like these are drastically different films. And I just love them both. I love them both for like their own weirdness and craziness. And yeah, the Suspiria remake is great. Luca Guadagnino's best film in my opinion. All right, Poltergeist. They're here. Another cool and tickler. Yeah, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Who does not love Poltergeist? Like, you can't not love Poltergeist. It's so freaking cool. Revenge. Love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies ever. I love it. The past 2 years. Matilda Lutz is absolute badass. This director, Coralie Furgit, she is so awesome. I cannot wait for her to do more movies. I just love this movie so much. The transformation scene where she's like burning herself to like heal her wounds is just so badass. And how she like rises like a phoenix from the ashes. I just love like the symbolism in this film. Yeah, she's fantastic. This movie's great. If you haven't seen Revenge, watch that thing. The Lodge, fuck, I hate this movie so much. It's not good. I was hoping for like another Hereditary type movie. It definitely like tries to do that, but I don't know. This isn't good. I did not like that movie. Didn't care for the kids or anybody in that movie. Rob Zombie's Halloween. I have to have it in the collection. I hate it, but it's in there. It's in there. I'm not gonna get into it. I got a whole video. Go back. You'll see a whole video why I hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. Halloween 2. It's okay. I think it's better than his first one. I like it okay because it's Rob Zombie like trying to do his own thing, his own take on the character of Michael Myers. I like that, rather than just shitting on the origin story of him and like who Michael Myers fundamentally is as a character. He doesn't really do that here. It's just a really like cool movie. With Michael Myers, it's very brutal, and I like what it has to say about like PTSD with like Laurie's character in this one. And yeah, it's a good movie. I like Halloween 2 better. The White Horse stuff is weird, but beyond that, Halloween 3 is fantastic. I love it more and more every time I watch it, but I hated it as a kid, of course, because I didn't have Michael Myers. Halloween 2 as well, great movie. I've got both of these in Scream Factory Steelbooks, but I still have the standalone Blu-rays as well. I'm not going to get rid of those. Even after I get the 4K versions, I still won't. Interview with the Vampire. This is a classic vampire movie. I've not watched this in a while. I need to rewatch that one. The Gift. The Gift is fantastic. Jason Bateman, directed by Joel Edgerton. And this is an underrated movie. You think this is going to be like kind of generic when you first watch it, or when you first like see it, but it's actually like really creepy and it's really good, solid thriller. I like that one. The Purge election year. This is like one of the weaker Purge movies. $250 at Big Lots, so why not? The Purge Anarchy. It's okay. I like the first one the best. I like home invasion movies, and that's what the first one is. So when they go out to the streets, I don't like those movies as much. All right, so we're getting into some of my more recent picks, and we're going to run into a lot of the RLJE titles that I have. Some Kino Lorbers in here. I don't think I did those in my other video. I could have, but I don't think I did. Don't Tell a Soul. I watched this movie earlier this year. I enjoyed this one. I actually did a review for it. So go back and check that out. Wrong Turn. I did a review live stream of this one. I enjoyed this one. I liked it better than the original Wrong Turn, and I don't think I've seen any of the sequels, so this is like the best Wrong Turn to me, so definitely check this one out. Got a very different take on that franchise too. The Mortuary Collection, haven't watched it yet. I want to, though. I'm thinking about watching a bunch of these RLJE titles, maybe doing a review video, just all of them together. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments. Feel free, guys, at any point in this stream, comment. Spam my comment section. I don't care. Comment like 7 times during this video. I'm here doing this for like 2 to 3 hours. So at any point in time you've got something to say about something that I say, comment down below, please. I want the engagement. I appreciate the engagement. Let me know. Psycho Goreman. This was fun. I watched it earlier this year. I think I actually rented this on VOD, but it was fun. It wasn't great, but it was a fun movie. Scare Me. I didn't like this movie really at all. I reviewed this one on the channel too, so you can go check that out. Host. I did a review of that one on the channel too, along with Random Acts of Violence, just like a live stream review. I enjoy both of these movies. Host, great. This is really good. So, there you go. Spree. I watched this last year. This is fun. This is really fun. Joe Keery's really good. It is kind of like an adolescent kind of American Psycho. But yeah, it's more for like, it even says it on the American Psycho for the digital age. It's really what it is. That's a great description of it. So good job, Collider, for doing that. So yeah, it's a good one. Scare Package. I don't know. I like horror anthologies. This one just, none of the sequences really landed for me. It was okay, but I don't know. It was kind of goofy. Color Out of Space. I was hoping for another Mandy type movie, and this honestly didn't really deliver for me. Again, it's okay. I didn't love it. Trick. I haven't watched this one yet. It's got Jamie Kennedy in it, so I am interested in watching it at some point. Panic. I watched this one, and this one was okay. It was okay. It was decent. The premise sounds so great, and you got Sam Elliott. This did not deliver at all. It doesn't suck, but it's so boring and uneventful. Mandy. Love Mandy. This movie goes in some crazy psychotic directions, and I love everything about it. I'm here for it. Love Mandy. Great movie. The Dark and the Wicked. Haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things. Yeah, this is RLJ as well. So yeah, maybe I can do that one. I don't know why it's like bubbling up a little bit. I don't know what I'm looking at. But maybe I can like do a review of this one along with some other RLJ titles all in one or something. Here is my one Code Red that I own. I need to own more Code Reds. I cover them all the time in the Physical Media Report, but Savage Streets. I enjoyed this. This is a very early review on the channel back in January, so go check it out. Go all the way back and check it out. That's a review people are still watching, by the way. I still get comments on it from time to time. So, A Minute to Pray, A Second to Die, Kino Lorber. Bought this at a flea market for pretty cheap. So yeah, anytime I see Kinos out and about, I get them. Midnight Lace. Bought that one. Let's see, Lost Highway, David Lynch film. This is a weird one. I enjoyed it, but it's a weird one. It's a weird one. David Lynch's a weird cat. The Train, another early review video back in January, or I think back in January, maybe early February, but I enjoyed this one, the one with Burt Lancaster. This is a Kino. I love when Kino does the slipcovers. I wish they would do them more, but yeah, this is a great slipcover on this release right here. Really like that one. Reversible cover art and everything. And this is the Fatamos 3-film collection. I got this at a flea market because it was worth like 50 bucks online. I haven't even tried to sell it, but it's like 12 bucks. So it was a good deal for that. So Kino release 3-film collection for 12 bucks at a flea market. So not bad. All right, guys. So that was wave 2. Let's cut and we'll get to wave 3. All right, guys, we are back. It is now Wednesday. I last filmed on a Sunday, and I'm getting ready to get into wave 3 of this Blu-ray collection haul. So, yeah, so I've got about an hour and 20 minutes worth of footage so far. I'm almost halfway through, so I'm gonna see if I can power through these in order to get this at a like clean 2 hours and 32 hours and 40 minutes is kind of where I feel comfortable at. I really don't want to go to the 3-hour mark. So you might not see me talking as much through these, even though I always say that, and then I always just have something to say. I can't help it. When I pull these movies up, I just have to talk about it. I have to say something about them. It just feels weird to just show it and move on. So yeah, my drink of tonight is this vitamin water, my usual vitamin water that I usually drink on my live streams. No energy drink right now, but I do have a little bit more energy today because I didn't work for a full like 14 hours like I did in the first half of the video. So let's get into wave 3, guys, and we're going to start off. I'm going to go ahead and get through all of these fairly quickly because they're all in the same franchise. So we got Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And you may be asking why I am throwing up Ghost Protocol. Well, it's because I don't have the first 3 on Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm ashamed to admit that. And then we got Rogue Nation with this cool slipcover that I think was exclusive to Walmart. It has like the Fallout Bucks on it. These are really cool slipcovers that I honestly wish I would have just picked up all of them for the whole franchise. I don't know why I didn't. I really don't know why I didn't. It's ridiculous. And then I got Fallout. I think I got this one at like Black Friday or something, just the Blu-ray. I need to get the 4K set of all 6 of these movies because I really enjoy all of them, to be honest. Even the second one I like. So I don't know why I didn't own that on Blu-ray. The second one was actually like one of my first DVDs I ever had in my collection, but I don't own it anymore. Next up, we got Runner, which is like a random Dollar General pickup. So yeah, I haven't seen this. Ben Affleck, Justin Timberlake, interesting cast. Then we got Speed right here, which I've since upgraded to 4K, but this has a cool Deadpool slipcover, so I don't think I'll be getting rid of Speed on Blu-ray anytime soon. I'll keep this one. Then we've got John Wick 2 right here, guys. So yeah, John Wick 2. John Wick 2 is pretty cool, but how about John Wick Part 1 with this slipcover? That's right, this slipcover. I got this slipcover at Walmart. Yeah. All right, so we'll put that to the side. And we got Godzilla, King of the Monsters. We've got Kong, Skull Island. We've got Godzilla, which I really love this one. I like Kong's Skull Island, but I don't love King of the Monsters. Then we got Peter Jackson's King Kong. I actually watched this one earlier this year before Godzilla vs. Kong. This one held up pretty good. I think it takes them a little bit too long to get to Skull Island. It lasts just a little bit too long, that boat ride and everything over there. But once it picks up, like it really picks up. I enjoy this movie quite a bit. Peter Jackson's King Kong. This is one I've never seen. This is a cool like Walmart exclusive slipcover, San Andreas with The Rock. Heard a lot of good things about this disaster movie, so I need to check it out at some point for sure. We got Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, which I have all of those on 4K now, but this is like the Warner Icons Collector Series 1. And strangely, they only, at least in stores, I don't know if they had the other ones out. I think they've got the trilogy now out in a set, but they only had this standalone one when they first did them, was Fellowship of the Ring. So I wish they would have had the other two. I probably would have bought them. Then we got Mel Gibson, Get the Gringo, which I haven't seen. I think that was a Big Lots pickup. And then we've got, I've got these in reverse because I'm a dummy in the way I pulled them off the shelf. But we got Die Hard right here on Blu-ray, which I've gotten the 4K of, upgraded to 4K pretty recently. Then we've got Die Hard 2. These are all Dollar General pickups. I actually competed my Die Hard collection from the Dollar General. We got Die Hard with a Vengeance. We got Live Free or Die Hard. And then we got the one that everybody hates and the one that I've never seen. I've seen the other four, but I haven't watched this one yet. I just can't build myself up to do it. A Good Day to Die Hard. So yeah, everybody shits on that one. So not really an incentive to watch that one anytime soon. Then we've got Need for Speed with Aaron Paul, Jesse from Breaking Bad. Never seen this, but it's an interesting career choice, I guess. The Day After Tomorrow. A lot of people really like this one. To me, this like signified the end of the great disaster films. This one's okay. It's just not. It's not great. Roland Emmerich film. It's got a great cast. Jake Gyllenhaal. It's got the girl from Shameless in it. It's got Dennis Quaid. So it's got a really good cast. I just don't love this movie. But Deadpool riding a little duck floaty. These are really cool Walmart slipcovers when they did that. I wish Walmart would do more of those kind of like movie themed slipcovers. They used to do that a lot back in the day. All right, so let's push those forward. We'll move on. We got the 3 Indiana Jones movies on Blu-ray, which I've since upgraded to 4K as well. A lot of these I've upgraded, so it may be time to go sell all my Blu-rays again. We've got Rambo Part 2 right here, guys. And we've got Rambo First Blood, which this one has a really cool like VHS slipcover to it that Walmart had at one point. I don't think that this is Mill Creek, though. It's weird. Like Mill Creek is like known for doing these, but they didn't do all of them. This one's Studio Canal and Lionsgate, so yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I haven't gotten the 4Ks of the Rambos yet. We got Rambo Last Blood right here. I love the slipcover on this one. The movie's okay. I think it's great in the final 20 minutes, but like I didn't love the whole movie leading up to that point. But the last 20 minutes are fucking insane, awesome. Mel Gibson, Edge of Darkness. Haven't seen this, but I've heard good things about it. We've got Two Guns with Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington. That's a great cast. I haven't seen that one, though. We've got Bloodfather. Haven't seen Bloodfather with Mel Gibson. A lot of older Mel Gibson random titles in this stack. King Arthur right here with this cool slipcover. I don't even know why I bought this. This is a Guy Ritchie too. But yeah, Guy Ritchie film, King Arthur. So that's cool. We got Face Off right here. I'm going to take his face off. Right here, guys. Face Off. It's okay. I don't love Face Off. All the the great 1997 action movies that came out that year. Air Force One, Face Off, Con Air. I'd say I would put Con Air and Air Force One above Face Off. And I know a lot of people would say I'm crazy for that. For some reason, everybody loves Face Off. I think it's okay. The action's great, but it's very goofy. Con Air is fantastic though. This is my favorite Nicolas Cage film. I love this movie. It's not perfect, I know that, but it's got a great cast, and I just have a ton of nostalgia for this one. I used to watch it on repeat on VHS when I was a kid, so I love Con Air. You got The Equalizer right here. I have still not seen The Equalizer. I need to check this one out. At least I don't think I've seen it. Maybe it's The Equalizer 2 I haven't seen. No, I think I've seen this one. I haven't seen the sequel. Skyfall. Everybody tells me I need to watch this one. I know I'm just not a big James Bond guy. I watched all the Brosnan ones when I was a kid. And I only watched Casino Royale for the Daniel Craig ones. But this one is directed by Sam Mendes, which he has so many great movies. I love American Beauty and 1917. They're both in my top 50 films of all time. So I know I need to check this one out at some point just because he directed it. Then we've got Unknown with Liam Neeson. Yeah, Liam Neeson and Unknown. This could be like Taken 5 for all I'm concerned. I don't even know why I have that. We've got Taken 3. We've got Taken 2. These I probably all bought in that Dollar General glitch sale where they were like $1.25 or something. That's why I think I have a lot of these. And that's why they still have the plastic on them with the Dollar General stickers. We got The Family. I think I found this one at a Goodwill. I haven't watched it. Haven't really heard anything about it, so I don't know if I'll see it. We've got American Assassin. I've heard really good things about this one. This is a random pickup because I found it at Target, I think, for like $7.50. So, yeah, Michael Keaton. You can't go wrong with Michael Keaton. I love Michael Keaton. I'll watch that one at some point. Let's see. We've got the Jurassic Park franchise coming. Let's get them in order. We've got Jurassic Park. I still need to upgrade these to 4K. I don't know why I haven't yet. We got The Lost World. We've got Jurassic Park 3 with a slipcover. I think I found this at a half price or something. Let's see. We've got Jurassic World. And we've got Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is more than likely a Black Friday pickup because I really don't like this movie either. But yeah, I guess I'll wait until the next one comes out. They'll probably do like a 4K box set, and I'll probably upgrade them all then. Even though it's really just the first two I want 4K. This is the only ones I really like, to be honest. So we got Big Trouble in Little China right here, guys, with this cool retro VHS slipcover. I'm trying to see if Mill Creek did this one. But you're going to see a lot of these in my collection because I used to buy these like crazy when Walmart came out with them. We're getting into my Disney movies, so I'll burn through these pretty quick. Planes, Fire, and Rescue. I remember watching this with my son when he was really little. Same thing with Planes. They're probably among the first Blu-rays I ever bought, to be honest, because they were like back when I wasn't really collecting, but like I just bought these movies for my kids to watch. We got Frozen right here, which is a weird, I didn't realize it at the time, but it's got that kind of like European sticker right there. So I think this is like an exported Blu-ray that's not region locked or anything. But yeah, Frozen. We got the Lorax 3D. I like the Lorax. I remember liking the Lorax. It's got good music in it. I like the Lorax. John Carter of Mars, or I think this one's just John Carter. I've heard good things about this one. I've heard it's kind of underrated, but yeah, I haven't checked that one out yet. We've got Paddington and Paddington 2. These are perfect kids movies. Honestly, both of them are freaking fantastic and great. Paddington 2 had like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for the longest time, then some asshole came in with a negative review and brought it down to like 99, which is kind of interesting. But I love both of these movies. They're perfect kids movies. You cannot go wrong with either one of the Paddington movies. You got Beauty and the Beast with this nice little slipcover right here. I wish I collected more Disneys. They definitely have a lot of cool exclusives. I just don't. I just kind of bought a lot of these were just bought for my kids when they were younger. So you got Aladdin. You can't go wrong with the classic Aladdin. This is my favorite animated movie of all time. Aladdin is spectacular. You got Toy Story 4 right here, the sequel that's arguably should have just never been made. But you know, I'm glad it was. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad sequel. I just think that, you know, the first three are so perfect. And I actually do have the first three Toy Stories on Blu-ray. I remember, like I said, when my son was like 1 or 2, we bought this like little like toy chest Blu-ray set. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I think it's up in his room still. I probably should have brought it down to show you guys in the video, but it's not really like a part of my collection anymore, but the discs are floating around everywhere upstairs. So Monsters, Inc. right here, guys. This is a great Pixar movie. I love this movie. It's not like among my top 5, to be honest, but like it's still fantastic. You got Goosebumps. I think this one's pretty fun. I like the sequel too, which I might have in here. As well. So yeah, Goosebumps is a fun kids movie. Zootopia. This is a great Disney animated movie. It's it's great. I love Zootopia. Fantastic. Lady and the Tramp. This is a classic. I love this one too. It's definitely not as high up on my Disney animated, but it's really good. And that one that they released on Disney Plus was okay, but it was a shell of what that movie is. You got Lego Batman right here, guys. That's a fun movie. You got Lego Movie 2 and Lego Movie. I think Lego Movie was like definitely one of my first Blu-rays that I bought for, I think this one came out on Blu-ray the year my daughter was born. So yeah, I bought it for her. And then yeah, you got Lego Movie 2. They're both solid. They're both solid. I mean, the first one's obviously better, but the second one was pretty good too. You got Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The first one, I haven't even got this out of the plastic yet. I remember watching these with my kids. You got Dog Day. You got The Long Haul, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So there you go. You got Rise of the Guardians. I think I found this at a Goodwill. You got The Greatest Showman. I don't know why that's in my kids stack. I guess it's a family movie. But yeah, The Greatest Showman the music's fantastic. I just don't love the movie. If that makes any sense. Yeah, the music is great in that movie. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. I remember getting this one for my kids, and it came with like a lunchbox or something. It was like a Walmart exclusive. But yeah, this one definitely wasn't as great as the first one, which the first one was directed by Lord Miller, the same people that did the Lego Movie. So I mean, that's why. But yeah, it's okay. It was fun. I just remember that joke when they said there's a leak in the bowl and there's a leak in the boat. And then there's actual leak in there instead of like the vegetable instead of a actual hole in the boat. So that was kind of funny. You got Despicable Me 2. And do I have the first one? I might just have the first one on DVD, to be honest. But yeah, Despicable Me 2 is pretty good. I like that one. So we're going to get into what looks like my Star Wars movies and then my Christmas movies. So I guess that kind of goes together. You got the complete Star Wars collection. So this is the prequels and the original trilogy in this set. So I got this one probably like 2015, I think. Like 2014, 2015, around that time. It was before The Force Awakens came out. So this is the reason why I haven't upgraded to 4K yet for Star Wars. For one, I mean, they're on Disney Plus. I don't know why. I just haven't felt the need to upgrade to 4K yet for Star Wars. I mean, I've got this set, and I don't know. I'll do it someday. I mean, I love Star Wars, but I mean, I don't love every movie. I probably just need to get the original trilogy in 4K just to have those, and then we'll work our way through the prequels and all the other ones. You got Rogue One right here, guys. I love this slipcover. Nice, shiny slipcover. I thought this movie was pretty good. I think the last 45 minutes are definitely really strong. The last 2 minutes are like some of the most badass Star Wars stuff that you'll get ever. But the movie itself, I thought was kind of boring. I thought the characters are boring. Outside of like the robot K2SO, and then you got the Donnie Yen's character. I don't know. I thought they were pretty underwhelming characters, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of Rogue One. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I loved this movie when it came out. It made me feel like a little kid again. It's since like not aged the best, especially when you've seen like, I mean, I like The Last Jedi too, but when you've seen Rise of Skywalker and just the way that this whole thing ended, it makes this feel worse in comparison, I guess, when you're like recontextualizing it after you see the Rise of Skywalker. It's just like, was this movie really that good? Because it was so good because it introduced you all these new characters, and you were so like invested in their story and like where their characters were going, and just to know where they ended up, it definitely takes a little bit of the power and wonder out of this movie. So Star Wars: The Force Awakens, it's still a solid Star Wars movie though. We got Home Alone 2 right here, guys. And Home Alone's like way down further. I don't know why. Like I said, I'm super unorganized. So you're going to have to deal with it. Miracle on 34th Street. It's in this cool little set. It's got a slipcover. But yeah, I got this on Blu-ray. I'll need to watch that one. I haven't seen the original yet. Scrooged. This is, honestly, like rest in peace, Richard Donner. This is probably my favorite Richard Donner movie. I love this movie. I watch it every single Christmas, usually like a couple of days before Christmas. while I'm wrapping presents. That's like my tradition every single Christmas. I watch this one while I'm wrapping presents. Love this movie. Love this movie. I could probably go into a lot of different traditions. We got the Charlie Brown Christmas with this cool little Christmas sweater slipcover on it. So it was like a Target exclusive last year. I got it because I needed to own Charlie Brown's Christmas in my collection. And I haven't watched it yet. So there you go. Got some of the Rankin Bass stuff right here, guys. You got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a classic. You got Frosty the Snowman. You've got Edward Scissorhands somehow made its way into my Christmas stack. This is okay. It's never been one of my favorite Burton films, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I liked it a little bit better when I saw it again a few years ago. I think Alan Arkin is really great in this movie, but Johnny Depp's just weird. I'm not a big Johnny Depp fan in general. Jingle All the Way right here, guys. Put the cookie down, as my friend Durant Cinema would say. And yeah, this movie's okay. I don't love it, but it's really fun. I remember I watched this with my son like 3 or 4 years ago. We had a good time with it. So yeah, it's not. I don't even know if it would crack my top 10 Christmas movies, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I think this one might crack my top 10. This one gets a lot of hate. And I have no idea why. I absolutely love The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And yeah, this is a great slipcover with Jim Carrey. The Jim Carrey version, by the way. A Christmas Story. This is probably in my top 5 favorite Christmas movies. I have to watch this one on Christmas Day, along with another one that we're going to get to here in a second. Well, I'll just go ahead and pull it. But yeah, Christmas Story, it's classic. Like, this movie is so great. Yeah, and it's really interesting that this one was directed by the same director as Black Christmas. And every time I think about it, I think it's interesting. Christmas Vacation right here, guys. This is definitely my favorite Christmas movie. I have to watch this one every year on Christmas Eve, because this, to me, is a Christmas Eve movie. It is set on Christmas Eve. There's not one moment of this movie that is set on Christmas Day. It's all in the build-up, and it's set on Christmas Eve. So this is a Christmas Eve movie to me. I watch it every Christmas with my wife. We love it. We laugh. It never gets old. It's never not funny. I've been watching this movie since I was 5, and I love Christmas Vacation. It's my favorite Christmas movie. Home Alone. This is definitely in my top 3. I love Home Alone. But yeah, this is one that I usually kick off the Christmas season with. Like, I usually, like, when December starts, it's like, let's put in Home Alone. Like, we're gonna watch Home Alone. That kind of gets us in the Christmas spirit and the mood. So I know, it's interesting that everybody has their own like Christmas traditions, like when they watch stuff and stuff. So it's always kind of interesting to hear people talk about that. But yeah, Home Alone 2, and then we work in Home Alone or Home Alone, and then we work in Home Alone 2 like sometime in the middle of December, most of the time. Elf. This is a Christmas Day movie. I usually watch this movie while I'm making breakfast for the family, because we usually have like my wife's family come over on Christmas Day. I usually pop this one in. It kind of gets me in a nice cheery like cooking mood to cook for everybody and you know, build myself up to having guests over to the house. So I really love Elf, and it's a funny movie to like have on when people start walking in, and it's a really popular movie. Everybody loves Elf, so I like Elf. Elf is awesome. We got Cars 2, which is arguably the worst Pixar movie, but I don't think it's bad. And I've actually got a lot of sentimental value, I guess, invested in this movie, because this one came out, I think, when my son was a year old. So this is one of the first movies that he watched. He watched Cars. He watched Cars 2. So we watched those a lot together. So yeah, I've always loved this one. This is a 4K that somehow made it into my Blu-ray stack. I guess it says it's Disney, but that Lion King 4K, this is a Target exclusive. This one pissed me off like more than, if you want to talk about like regretful purchases, this is the one right here, because this is a 4K release. Now this came out with like an actual slipcover, which I would have much rather preferred having, but I thought that this was something like special. I didn't really pay attention to it when I got it. I thought it had like a booklet in it and stuff, but they're just little like stupid cards inside. So yeah, I would have just rather had the slipcover, and it's got this stupid J card on the back. But The Lion King, what can you say? This is like my top 3 animated movies. I love The Lion King. It is one of the best. Cars with the slipcover. So yeah, I like Cars. I think it's one of, like I said, there's a lot of sentimental value between this and Cars 2 and the first 3 Toy Story movies. Those are all the movies, like probably like among my son's first movies when he was like a year old, or even like 3 months to a year. Like, we would always watch these. These are the movies that he wanted to watch. So there's a lot of sentimental value to these movies for me. So really enjoy those. Also, this one, Shrek Forever After. This is one my son used to watch all the time. Not really the first Shrek. It was always this one. It was this one that the one he liked to watch. So I think this one's pretty good. I think that the only real bad Shrek film is the third one. But 1 and 2 and this one I think are all pretty solid. We got How to Train Your Dragon right here, guys. Or How to Train Your Dragon 2. I don't think I had the first one, actually. And we've got Gremlins 2, the new batch. I don't know if I've shown Gremlins off yet. Is that somewhere else? It might be somewhere else, and I have no idea. Like I said, I'm so disorganized. I love Gremlins 2. It's goofy. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. But when I was a kid, I was all about it. I like this one better than the first one. Since I've gotten a little bit older, I do recognize the greatness of the first one. But yeah, Gremlins 2 is like top tier for me. I love this movie. It's so much fun. I just love all the different gremlin types and stuff like that. So I could probably do an entire video on just why I love Gremlins 2, to be honest with you. These movies, I love them so much. They're kind of new to me, fairly new to me, because I only watched like the first one for the first time like back, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago. And yeah, I love all of these movies, and that is the Rocky movies. So these are absolutely phenomenal movies. I love them. They get me motivated. They get me hyped. Every single time I want to get motivated to like go exercise or work out or just do better in life, I pop in the Rocky movies because it works every time. And that score in all the movies are fantastic. So this is just, I think the set right here is, 1 through Balboa. So that's 6 movies in the set. I think it was actually like $15 or $20. I did like a marathon a couple of years ago before Creed 2 came out, of all the movies, and I bought this set I think for like $20. That was a really good deal for that Rocky set. But those desperately need 4Ks. We need 4K Rockies right away. Breaking Bad, the first season, for some reason I have that. I think I found this at like a Half Price Books or something. I love Breaking Bad. It's a phenomenal show. I wish I would have got that like that barrel set that came out. But I wasn't really collecting then, and yeah, I didn't really have the money back then when that came out. So, Breaking Bad, yeah, it's my favorite show of all time. I love Breaking Bad. All right, Planet of the Apes. This was actually a really cool find. This was 5 Planet of the Apes films in one set. I found this at Big Lots on Blu-ray. This isn't DVD for $5. That's a great deal. So yeah, I need to rewatch the first one, and then also all the other Planet of the Apes films. I've heard interesting things about them. So Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. This one just got announced for 4K, I think, recently. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't love it. Power Rangers. This was interesting. Yeah, I thought this was pretty good. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I was interested in seeing like where it went, but it got canceled because they didn't make enough money. So there you go. Power Rangers on Blu-ray. Run All Night. Yeah, another Liam Neeson movie with, who's the other guy? Ed Harris is in this movie. Okay, cool. I need to check that one out. Turtles 3. This was at a Dollar Tree, and I just had to buy it because it was Turtles, but I hate Turtles 3. I've hated it since I was 5 years old, and I watched it. And yeah, the first 2 are great, and this is garbage. This is garbage, but I own it. Premium Rush. I've heard good things about this one. I need to check it out. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Grudge Match. You got De Niro and Stallone. That's a great cast. I haven't seen this movie. Let me know if there's any good things about that one. Transcendence with Johnny Depp. I think all of these are like Dollar Tree buys right here, by the way. We got Gone Girl right here, guys. This is a cool little like book set that I found at Walmart in a Blu-ray bin a while back. So yeah, this is a really cool find right here. Gone Girl. We've also got The Matrix. This is like a Disney book set. I got The Matrix on 4K, but I don't want to give this set up because it's a cool set. So yeah, The Matrix. Matrix is awesome. Hocus Pocus. This is the Target exclusive right here. Blu-ray set that came out. So yeah, this is one of the best Halloween movies. I almost said Christmas, but one of the best Halloween movies. And yeah, I love this set. It's got a cool booklet inside. And I remember when this came out, like everybody was super hyped about picking this one up. And that steel book that was at Best Buy that nobody could find after like day one. So yeah, but I didn't go for the steelbook. I went for the Target exclusive, and I'm happy with that. And it's supposed to be, no, it already did get a 4K. I got a 4K last year. I never even picked it up. Let's see. We got The Nightmare Before Christmas, guys. This is classic. I love this movie. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it a Halloween movie? Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. But yeah, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. We've got the Star Trek The Next Generation motion picture set. Somebody at work gave this to me because they were giving away all their Blu-rays, and I said, I'll take all those off your hands. They were just going to take them to Goodwill. And yeah, I've never been a huge Star Trek fan, but this has Nemesis, Insurrection, First Contact, Generations, Evolutions. I don't know if that's like a special feature set or what, but yeah, it's cool. I have all of these like newer Star Trek films in my collection. I'll check them out at some point because I remember them all coming out when I was a kid, but I just wasn't into Star Trek back then. So, all right, let's get into the next stack. We've got Some Like It Hot, which is a Billy Wilder film, classic right here that a lot of people love, and I need to check it out. It's got a Criterion release, but I found that at Big Lots, I think. Risky Business, found this at Walmart for $5. I watched this earlier this year for the first time, really enjoyed it. Good early Tom Cruise performance. Love Simon. This one came out, I think in 2018. This is a really great film. Kind of like, yeah, it's a coming of age movie, but I love the way they take like the gay teenager story and they don't make it feel like it's a gimmick. It just feels like a movie, like a coming of age movie with a gay kid in it. And I just love the way it's just so sincere in its approach and the way it just goes about the subject matter. And I just think it's a really genuine movie, and I really enjoyed this movie. Great cast in it as well, and great performance by Nick Robinson. We've got The Jerk with Steve Martin. This is a classic right here. You got Paper Towns, never heard of it. You got Paris G. Demont. I don't know anything about this movie other than I think it's like an anthology, and Wes Craven directed one of these shorts in it. If you know more about this movie, let me know. I don't even know how to pronounce the title. The Devil Wears Prada right here, guys. The cool Deadpool slipcover. Again, this is why I brought this. But yeah, I remember liking this movie. I've only seen it one time. It's one I probably need to revisit. But yeah, Devil Wears Prada. Office Space, another Deadpool slipcover. I love this slipcover right here with Deadpool behind that iconic like post-it guy from Office Space. I love Office Space. It's in my top 5 comedies of all time. Absolutely love this movie. Great. 22 Jump Street right here, guys. This is a great like recent comedy sequel and an example of a good comedy sequel. So I enjoy 22 Jump Street. We've got 2 Austin Power movies in Blu-ray. You got Austin Powers International Man of Mystery and The Spy Who Shagged Me, which I've seen this one probably like 5 times in my life. I've seen The Spy Who Shagged Me maybe 150 times, and I'm not even joking. I watched this movie 3 times a day when I was in middle school. I shit you not. Like, I love this movie. I was all about it. I can probably quote this movie top to bottom. Spy Who Shagged Me, fantastic movie. Mrs. Doubtfire. I love this movie so much. This is in my top probably 25 movies of all time. This is the best Robin Williams performance. This is the best Robin Williams movie. I don't care. I love Good Will Hunting too. But Mrs. Doubtfire is just legendary. Love this movie. It's such a feel-good movie. I watched it a couple years ago. It totally holds up just like it did 25 years ago when I watched it for the first time. So Liar Liar, top 5 comedy right here again, guys. I feel like I'm saying that a lot with different categories and things, but this is my favorite Jim Carrey movie. This is his best performance, in my opinion. The best balance of like drama and comedy. His physical comedy in this movie is just like top tier. Like that bathroom scene it's just never not funny. I never not. Is that a thing? I can never not howl with laughter during that scene. Like it gets me every single time. I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind? It's fantastic. Liar Liar. It's so good. Beverly Hills Cop. Watched this for the first time a few years ago. I enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like it was the classic everybody was making it out to be. It's a mad world. Heard great things about this one. I need to check it out. You got Frank. I don't know who Frank is. You got Good Morning Vietnam. I've heard good things about this movie, but yeah, I need to check this one out. Haven't seen it. You got Secondhand Lions. So let me tell y'all a story about Secondhand Lions. So everybody at work by now knows I have a YouTube channel. They know I talk movies and stuff like that on YouTube. Some people brought me this movie at work. They've been trying to get me to watch this movie for like a year, probably a year and a half. And I keep putting it off. They all say Secondhand Lions is great. Like everybody there hypes it up. I don't know what it is with this movie. Let me know in the comments section below if you like this one too. But everybody talks about Secondhand Lions at where I work, and I have no idea why. I need to watch it, I guess. Spaceballs. Yes, I have the Blu-ray, even though I have the 4K. Drill Bit Taylor. 500 Days of Summer. I remember this one being pretty good. I need to check it out. Kind of depressing, though. You got Naked Gun 22 and a half, and you got Naked Gun 20 or 33 and a third, but I don't have the first one. We've got Clueless, which is a great movie. And we've got Long Shot, which is a really good recent comedy. All right, guys, so there you have it. We are done with Wave 3. Let's get to Wave 4. All right, guys, we're getting into Wave 4 now, continuing with my comedies. And yeah, we're doing okay, right? We're doing all right. You guys doing all right? You need to go get a drink, get a snack, get a beverage. Same thing as a drink, right? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We got Tropic Thunder. This is one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought it. This movie is still super funny. Like, Robert Downey Jr. he's so freaking good in this movie. And Tom Cruise, awesome. Matthew McConaughey with the TiVo. Let's see, Paper Hearts, Michael Cera. This is a Michael Cera movie after post-2010. No, this one came out in 2009. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know he was in a movie called Paper Hearts back then. Super Troopers. I haven't seen this in a really long time. I remember this movie used to be the craze back in the day. Everybody loved this movie. Everybody still talks about this movie. Call Ramrod, Super Troopers. Let's Be Cops. This one's pretty funny. This one's pretty funny right here. I enjoy this one. I know it got some heat when it came out, but it's a little bit too long. But I thought this is pretty funny. I like Damon Wayans Jr. Is that what his name is? I'm pretty sure it's his son. But yeah, Damon Wayans Jr. and then the other guy that plays the voice of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. They're both pretty good. I like that movie. This is 40. This is one of my wife and I's favorite movies to watch together. Judd Apatow film, really solid. I love This Is 40. There's Something About Mary. This is a great comedy. I love this movie too. I need to watch this one again. It's been way too long. Farrelly Brothers movie. The Hangover. This is one that when it first came out, I was like, that was okay, but I think it's kind of overrated because everybody was talking this movie up. But since I've gone back, I've rewatched this one. It's funny. It's even funnier every single time. I love this movie. This one holds up extremely well. Yeah, The Hangover. The Hangover is awesome. One that's not so awesome is The Hangover 2. This is pretty much the first one, only not funny. And then I didn't even watch The Hangover Part 3, to be honest, so I don't even own it. Take Me Home Tonight. I remember this one being pretty solid. You got Topher Grace in there. It's solid. Pineapple Express. Yes, this is one of my favorite comedies from this, mid-2000s era. The mid-2000s are just so good when it comes to comedy. It's honestly my favorite decade is the 2000s for comedy. I just love all the Apatow stuff and the Rogans and Carells, Will Ferrell. Everybody was just firing on all cylinders through this era. So, yeah, I really enjoy this movie. And I'm kind of sad these two, they're not friends anymore. And of course, it's probably James Franco's fault, but still. This Is the End, another Franco Rogan film. And this one, to me, it's funny, really funny in the first 30 minutes. I love the interactions with everybody, like the real life characters, especially Jonah Hill. Like, he's so freaking hilarious in this movie. And then it just, it kind of falls apart for me after that, just with the story and the post-apocalyptic stuff, or not the post-apocalyptic, but the actual apocalypse is happening outside their door. I don't know. It's funny. It kind of grew on me a little bit over time when I rewatched it a couple years ago. But yeah, This Is the End with this cool little, like, Christmas sweater Walmart covers. You know what? This is what I'm talking about. Walmart used to do really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. They still do, but it's few and far between. You got Youth in Revolt with Michael Cera. I barely remember this movie. He has like a twin in it or something. I know I watched it. Easy A with Emma Stone. This is the movie that kind of, I would say, propelled her into superstardom. I would say she was here before this movie, and after it, she was here. She was a more legitimate actress after this. This is a really solid movie. It's a solid kind of teen coming-of-age comedy. I enjoy Easy A quite a bit. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. This is another one from that era. You're going to see quite a few of these right here, but this is another one that I absolutely love. I love this movie so much. I love... you got what the heck is his name? I always forget it. I just watched a movie, Jason Segel, from How I Met Your Mother. You got Mila Kunis. Everybody in this movie is great. Jonah Hill, Paul Rudd is super hilarious in this movie too. But yeah, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is great. This is a movie that if you are going through a breakup, like, I would absolutely recommend that you watch this movie. It would probably put you in higher spirits, just the way everything plays out. The 5-Year Engagement. So this is one that I don't remember being as high on. You got Chris Pratt and Jason Segel. Jason Segel was kind of everywhere back in the day. You got Dude, Where's My Car? Where's My Car, Dude? This is, it's still funny. I watched this one a couple years ago. It's a funny movie. It's really stupid, but it's funny. Don John, never seen that one. Dope. This one was actually really good, like, coming-of-age movie. Yeah, I really like Dope. I thought Dope was actually pretty dope. You got Wedding Crashers, another mid-2000s comedy. This is what I'm talking about, guys. The mid-2000s were bangers. Like, the comedies in this era were just so freaking great. And I've got more up here. But yeah, The Wedding Crashers. Was there any comedy duo better during that era than Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn? They had such great chemistry together. Step Brothers, another one, a classic one. I'm not as high on Step Brothers as a lot of people. Like, I still prefer Talladega Nights as far as John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, but I still really think this movie is hilarious. It's just like not one of my favorites. Game Night. This was a recent comedy that I think was pretty good. I enjoy this movie quite a bit. You don't get a lot of good comedy, so when you get one that's pretty good, you eat it up and you enjoy it for what it is. So I think Game Night's pretty good. All right, so we've got Eddie the Eagle. I watched this one. I don't remember too much about it. I think Hugh Jackman was pretty good in it, though. I hear a lot of people talking that one up, but it wasn't really that memorable for me. Dazed and Confused, all-time classic movie, all-time classic teen stoner comedy, coming of age, whatever you want to call it. I've got the Criterion edition back there, but I still had the Blu-ray from way back in my early Blu-ray collecting days. So yeah, absolutely love Dazed and Confused. Young Guns. I've never seen Young Guns. I've never seen Young Guns. Do I need to watch it? Meatballs. I've never seen Meatballs, but yeah, these are both like those retro VHS slipcovers right there. All right, let's get into more comedies. This is in my top 5 of all time. Again, we're probably going to see all of my top 5 comedies. This is probably like number 3 or 4, but yeah, Superbad. Another one that came out during the mid-2000s. An incredible era for comedy. So yeah, Superbad is incredible, awesome, and I love Superbad. American Pie. Love American Pie. It's a classic from my childhood. American Pie 2, though, I've always had a fondness for American Pie 2. I've liked it more than the original. It's probably my favorite of the entire series. So yeah, I love American Pie 2. We've also got Now You See Me, which I've never seen. I've heard good things about it, but I've never seen it. I've got American Reunion. So the only one I don't own on Blu-ray is American Wedding. I need to own that one. I need to get that one. Say Anything. I think this is a really great John Cusack movie. I love these 80s romance teen comedy movies. I'm just sucker for them. This one and like Loverboy and Can't Buy Me Love with Patrick Dempsey. Like, I love all of these movies. All right, The Sandlot, classic kids movie with the retro VHS slipcover. You got Role Models, guys. Role Models, to me, it wasn't top tier mid-2000s, but it's still a really fun, really solid comedy from that era with Sean William Scott, Paul Rudd. So I really, really enjoy Role Models right here, guys. 40-Year-Old Virgin, another one that's in my top 5. The only one in my top 5 I don't think I have on Blu-ray is Knocked Up. I think that's the one that I don't have that's in my top 5. But yeah, absolutely love 40-Year-Old Virgin. This, for a long time, this is my number 1 comedy of all time. And it might still be, but I think like Office Space or Liar Liar might have crept up there. But I absolutely love 40-Year-Old Virgin. I don't know, I need to do my comedies in order, but this is a great one. First Judd Apatow directed film. And yeah, I love a 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's so incredibly funny. The Other Guys. This one is, I think, 2010. So right after that great comedy run came The Other Guys. But I remember this one actually being pretty funny. It's actually got a pretty funny role by Michael Keaton in the film. So Shaun of the Dead, classic zombie spoof comedy directed by Edgar Wright. I'm not as high on Shaun of the Dead as a lot of people are. Admittedly, though, I have only seen this movie one time, and it was back in 2005, so I need to rewatch that one at some point. Maybe I'll do a series before I watch Last Night in Soho. School Days. This is a Spike Lee film that I found at Best Buy, I think, for $8. I went and scooped it up because I really like that slipcover, so need to check that one out. Revenge of the Nerds, another Deadpool slipcover right here, guys. I've never seen Revenge of the Nerds. Still never seen Revenge of the Nerds. I know it's pretty controversial because it has some sensitive material in it. So can't hardly wait, guys. And back when I bought this, I didn't even realize it was a Mill Creek release, and they released it with a slipcover. Mill Creek rarely does that unless they're the retro VHS slipcover. So Can't Buy Me Love. This is one of my favorite teen comedies from the 90s. I watched this one way too much. Jennifer Love Hewitt, you know, she's great in the movie. Seth Green, I love Seth Green in this movie too. He's really funny. So yeah, this is a really fun. I'd say this one, along with like Clueless, those two would be a really great like 90s teen comedy double feature. So you got The Bucket List right here. Haven't seen this one. You got The Natural with Robert Redford. Haven't seen this one either. You got Just Getting Started. Haven't seen this one either. And you got Romancing the Stone. This was actually pretty decent early Zemeckis film. Definitely, you can tell it's one of his earlier films. But yeah, I liked Romancing the Stone. Yeah, it's just not like top tier Zemeckis for me. But it's a good movie with Michael Douglas in it. I Love You, Man. I have a funny relationship with this movie. When I first watched it, I was not a big fan of this movie at all. But every single time I rewatch it, it's kind of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love it more and more and more and more. And now it's just one of my favorite comedies of all time. I absolutely love I Love You, Man. Paul Rudd, Jason Segel. To me, like, they're right there with like Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn as far as their like chemistry with each other. And yeah, this movie is so great. I love everything about this movie. I watch it all the time to this day. This one, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I love Jason Segel just in general. So, and Paul Rudd, they're great. You got Blockers, which is a recent comedy that I thought was kind of funny. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't as good as Game Night, but it was kind of funny. I think I bought that on Black Friday. You got Anchorman, which is another great 2000s, mid-2000s movie right here, guys. Anchorman. You got Anchorman 2, which is a sequel that came just a little bit too late, in my opinion. You got 21 Jump Street, which is a really funny recent comedy, or 2012, but it's a funny movie. I like 21 Jump Street. You got Big, classic Tom Hanks with this nice slip cover. I like that slip cover. You got Baywatch. I don't even know why I own Baywatch. It was probably at the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General for very cheap, but I have it. You got Booksmart, which was honestly a little underwhelming for me. I didn't love Booksmart. I liked Booksmart. I think it was just the fact that they were trying to sell it as the female Superbad, and I really don't think that it is. I think it's something completely different. And the Billy Lord stuff in this movie kind of gets on my nerves. I really don't like all those sequences. I love the two girls in it though, but I didn't like that. Something about that didn't resonate with me. So let's go ahead and get into my superhero movies, and I think we'll transition from superhero to sci-fi. Yeah, like I said, this is all over the place, but these aren't even going to be in an order of like Marvel movies, because this is like some of the Marvel movies, so I'm sure that this is going to get on some people's nerves, but we'll pick them back up. I got the Avengers right here, guys. Of course, Avengers is great. This is the first time that all these superheroes teamed up, and it pales in comparison now to like Endgame and Infinity War, but when this came out, this was a huge deal. Just how they pulled this off. And yeah, the Avengers is still great. I think it holds up. You got Iron Man 2, which is, in my opinion, the worst Marvel movie. It's not like terrible, but it is the worst Marvel movie to me. So Iron Man 2 is not good. Civil War is fantastic. This is in my top 5. I love Civil War. Age of Ultron held up better than I thought. It's not a terrible Marvel movie. I know a lot of people say it's the least best of the Avengers, or the worst Avengers movie. I would agree with that, but it's still not a terrible movie. It's pretty fun. All these people bitching nowadays about like Marvel movies. It's like, you guys obviously didn't grow up during the 90s, did you? We had Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, Captain America 1990. I mean, come on, guys. You guys are spoiled now. This is a good movie. It's good. It's just not great Marvel. Spider-Man Homecoming, really fun, but I actually like the sequel a little bit better, Far From Home, which I don't have because I think I have the 4K of that one. Winter Soldier, this is, I'll say it today, this is my favorite Marvel movie. This is my favorite MCU movie, is the Winter Soldier. It's just so freaking good. I love the character of Captain America. I just love how different this one feels, like a spy espionage action film, like straight up action movie. And I just love that about it. It feels so different. It feels so grounded. And I love everything about this movie. Some of the action set pieces in this movie are just like top notch. That elevator scene is just so good. I get goosebumps just talking about it. All right, Winter Soldier. We've got the first Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's. See, this jumps around a lot. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, I love it. I like Spider-Man 2 better, but I don't own that on Blu-ray for some reason. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I do own, though, and I've got nostalgia for this one. I like this one better than the first Amazing Spider-Man, actually. I don't know, a lot of people would think that was weird, but I saw this movie in the theaters with my son. This is the first, like, live-action superhero movie I took my son to go see. So I have, like, a little bit of nostalgia for it. I also think it's fun. It's a fun movie. It's got a lot of villains. It's got problems for sure, but it's to me, the first one was just boring. The first Amazing Spider-Man was a boring movie, and that one's at least not boring. You got Darkman, another Sam Raimi movie. This one I haven't seen in a while. I need to check out again. You got 300, this cool Warner Archive slipcover. I've upgraded this one to 4K. Actually, I have a review on the channel if you want to see my thoughts on this one. We got Deadpool 2. I think this is a Target edition, yeah. But it's got a cool, like, little story children's book in it. So this is actually a really cool exclusive. And I wish Target would go back to doing their cool exclusives again like they used to. They just really don't do it anymore. Unless it's like Barb and Star or whatever. That's like the last one they did. But yeah, I wish they would go back to that. But you got the first Deadpool right here, guys. It's a great superhero movie. It's a great, it was groundbreaking at the time when it came out. It's not my favorite, but it was a groundbreaking movie. And it's still really funny. You got Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. I need to go back and rewatch this one right here, guys. I'm on kind of a Del Toro kick. As you'll see later on in the week, I'm going to be doing a review of Kronos from the Criterion Collection. Then we've got Hellboy, the first one right here, guys. We've got Daredevil, the Ben Affleck Daredevil, with this Walmart sticker that I could never get off. But this slipcover is pretty rad. That's why I got it. But yeah, I actually liked Daredevil. I remember liking this one quite a bit back in the day. So I don't see too big a problem with it. Elektra, I never saw. I grabbed this one because that slipcover and it matched the Daredevil one. Punisher Warzone, and then we've got Punisher with Thomas Jane. So I haven't seen either one of those movies in a while. I remember liking them though, thinking they were okay. We got Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. Haven't seen this one in a while. I remember thinking it was okay. You got World War Z right here with Brad Pitt. I remember thinking this one was pretty good. I like this one. It's not as, like, I guess, I don't know, gruesome, I guess, as I would want it to be from a zombie movie, because it is PG-13. There's not a lot of blood or anything. But it's pretty good. It's pretty effective. I like that one. You got Terminator Genesis right here, guys. And again, I need to put these in order. What is my problem tonight, guys? I'm all over the place. At least this video is going to be somewhat unique from everybody else's Blu-ray collection video, because I'm sure everybody else does them like order, and they've got all their genres separated. They're in alphabetical order, chronological order, whatever order you want to put it in. I'm just all over the freaking place. So yeah, there you go. We've got Terminator right here, guys. I love Terminator. This is such a great movie. Just watched it for the first time like 4 years ago. And then you got the great Terminator 2. I watched this movie so many times as a kid. This is my first Terminator movie I ever watched. This is the one I grew up with. I never wanted to watch the first one. First off, I love this movie. But then I heard that Arnold was the villain in the first one. I just never felt the need to watch it. I don't know. I didn't want to think about Arnold being the bad guy, the bad Terminator. So I just lived in a world where Terminator 2 only existed for the longest time. And then I finally watched the Terminator, and it's like freaking rad as hell. And I love the Terminator. But yeah, Terminator 2 it's in my top 10 movies of all time. I love Terminator 2. Cool retro VHS slipcover too. You got Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. I haven't seen it since I was in high school. Can barely remember it. You got Terminator Salvation right here, guys. Haven't seen it since it came out. Can barely remember it. But that was one of my first Blu-rays as well. Now we're getting back to superhero movies. We got Joss Whedon's Justice League, which I know everybody is a huge fan of. There you go. Suicide Squad, which I know everybody is a huge fan of. And we're getting ready to get another one here pretty soon. You got Wonder Woman, which I'm a huge fan of. This one, not of the sequel. Not of the sequel at all. Batman v Superman. This is pretty fun. I like this movie. I watched it like a few months ago when I reviewed the 4K. And it holds up. It's a little... Jesse Eisenberg is not great. He really holds the movie down, but... I don't know. I really like this movie. When Wonder Woman comes in at the end, like I get chills. There's parts of this movie that are legitimately great, I think. So, Man of Steel. This is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. I wasn't the biggest Superman fan until this movie. I just love Henry Cavill's portrayal of the character. I think he's great. So yeah, the original Superman is phenomenal. You got the Dark Knight trilogy. Still have not upgraded it to 4K, but yeah, definitely love the Dark Knight trilogy. You got Batman 1989 with this cool little like Lego lenticular cover. But yeah, I've always loved Batman 1989. Both the Burton Batmans I love. I mean, to be honest, they kind of got me into superhero movies. I would probably say it started with this one. And then the animated series of this and like Spider-Man and stuff. But it probably started with Batman 1989. Like I'm sure it did for a lot of people of a certain age. So The Death of Superman. This was a Black Friday buy. I wanted to start getting into DC animated films, and I still haven't watched this one yet. So, Shazam. I thought this was okay. I didn't love it like I was hoping to. The trailers made this out to be look so freaking great, and it was just good to me. So yeah, I like Shazam, but it's not great. But this particular cover is pretty awesome. We got Super with directed by James Gunn, Rainn Wilson. So yeah, this one's pretty good. It was like a dark comedy. Like you can't go into this thinking it's like, I went into this thinking it was like a comedy. It's really not. It's very dark and very gritty. There are comedic elements to it, but yeah, it's not like Blank Man or something like that. But it basically follows a similar story. Fan 4 stick. So that's a crap stick right there. I don't even know why I have that. Logan. Love this movie. It was my favorite movie of the year. It came out 2017, I think. One of Hugh Jackman's best performances, like probably right behind Prisoners for me. And yeah, this slipcover is awesome. This has the noir version as well. So yeah, I love Logan. You got the X-Men and Wolverine collection. So we've got 2 of the Wolverine movies, and then we've got First Class, and then the original 3 X-Men movies. Then I've got Apocalypse here. And I thought I had Days of Future Past floating around. Yeah, I had Days of Future Past with the slipcover floating around here as well. So I have most of the X-Men movies on Blu-ray, actually, which is pretty cool. Blade right here, guys. I did upgrade this one to 4K. Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I upgraded this one to 4K. I have it in my collection, so yeah. But I did have it on Blu-ray. I love Blade. The original Blade's great. But I think the second one by Del Toro is even better. I cannot wait. I hope they do that one in 4K. That would be phenomenal. We got Kingsman. We got Kingsman 2. Still haven't seen either one of those. I know. We got Iron Man 3. We've got Iron Man. We've got Thor right here, the first Thor movie. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy 2. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And we've got the Incredible Hulk. So I think like between like my Blu-rays and 4Ks and like collectors, digibook sets and stuff, it's not a very clean collection, but I think I have every single Marvel movie except for, or MCU movie except for Doctor Strange. I think that's the only one I don't own yet. And it's not because I don't like it. That's actually one of my favorite Marvel movies. But for whatever reason, I just haven't picked it up yet. Contact. This is a super underrated Bob Zemeckis movie right here, guys. If you love movies like Arrival, like Ex Machina, like more recent like science fiction films, watch Contact. That's where a lot of those movies came from. Like this is just such a cerebral science fiction movie. Absolutely love Contact. Great performance by Jodie Foster as well. She's great in everything though. White Bird in a Blizzard with Shailene Woodley. Haven't seen this. I think about it in Big Lots. Big Bad Wolves. This was one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite movies. I gotta watch that one. Rescue Dawn with Christian Bale. Haven't seen it. I think that's directed by Werner Herzog. Dirty Dancing, the Blu-ray. I've got that 4K Steelbook, so I don't really need that anymore. American Beauty. This one desperately needs a 4K. I would love to see this in 4K, but I do have the Blu-ray of American Beauty. One of my favorite movies of all time. October Sky. It wouldn't come up. It's glued. October Sky right here, guys. Jake Gyllenhaal. Very early Jake Gyllenhaal performance, but he's great in this movie. I love this movie. We got Labyrinth right here, guys. Still have not seen this movie. We've got, God, all these things are sticking together. We got The Social Network, and this one kind of pissed me off. I found it at a flea market down the road, but it had a sticker on it. When I peeled the sticker off, it peeled off the actual case of this release. So, but it's pretty cool, like what it says has written there. And it actually says it, I think, on this as well. So yeah, this is a cool release. But it just pisses me off with that slipcover that got damaged. So, and we got Hollow Man right here, guys, with Kevin Bacon. A lot of people said that this was rare, so I went and picked this up at my flea market. And I need to rewatch this one. So this is a Paul Verhoeven film. Yeah, it's Paul Verhoeven, so I need to rewatch that one again. You got, God, why are all these sticking together? It's this one flea market I buy from. They always use this stupid glue. But Cruel Intentions right here, guys. It's a solid movie. Like a dark teen romance. Not really a comedy, but yeah, Cruel Intentions. It's a classic movie. You got American Sniper right here, guys. Directed by Clint Eastwood. Still have not seen that one. Perks of Being the Wallflower. Really great coming-of-age film. Haven't seen it probably about 6 years, but I remember really enjoying this one. You got, I think I got these at Goodwill. But I got The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey, and I've got The Battle of the Five Armies, but I couldn't find Smaug at the Goodwill, so I need to pick that one up in Blu-ray, because I don't know if I'm going to get those in 4K yet. We've got 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams. I actually did watch this one a couple of months ago. This one is very creepy. This is creepy as hell. And Robin Williams, yeah, is great in the movie. Shawshank Redemption. This is one I need to rewatch again. Getting ready to come out in 4K, so I'll probably wait until the 4K to actually rewatch it. But yeah, Shawshank Redemption, 1994. A lot of people think this should have won Best Picture over Forrest Gump. Lost in Translation, Sofia Coppola, Bill Murray. I need to check this one out. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Mad Max. This is a great, like a road chase thriller movie, action movie. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, guys. I'm tired. But yeah, I like this movie. I don't think it's like the best of the past decade, like a lot of people do, but I really enjoy Mad Max. This one, to me, this is so freaking underrated. This is directed by Leigh Whannell, the same guy that directed Invisible Man, same guy that wrote the Saw movies, or like the first few. Such a good science fiction movie. This is like shades of RoboCop, and yeah, there's such great action in this movie. And honestly, I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it since it came out like 3 years ago. But yeah, Upgrade. It kind of flew under the radar the year it came out, but I think more people need to check that one out for sure. Arrival. This is one of my favorite science fiction movies of all time. It's one of my favorite Denis Villeneuve movies. Love this movie. We've also got The Endless. A lot of people talked this movie up, and this felt to me like a straight to Walmart bin, crappy, shitty Walmart bin movie. I don't know. It wasn't good. I didn't enjoy The Endless at all. But a lot of people said it was great, so I'm glad you did. Elysium. This is Neil Blomkamp. Haven't seen this one yet. I know it just got a 4K, but I didn't upgrade because I hadn't seen it and I had the Blu-ray. This is another one that just came out in 4K, but you got District 9 right here, guys. So I need to check this one out again because I haven't seen it in a really long time. But that's the only Neil Blomkamp movie that I've seen. And now we're getting into, I think, my Alien collection. We've got Alien, which is an all-time classic. That's my favorite of the franchise. I know a lot of people would pick this one right here, Aliens, but I like Aliens a lot, but it's just not one of my favorites. Let's see, or of this franchise, I guess. I mean, it's my second favorite of the franchise, but it's not my favorite. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, guys. Let's see. We've got, I don't have Alien 3, I guess. I don't have Alien 3. So I got Alien Resurrection. I think I got this one at a Big Lots. And then I've got Alien Covenant. And I've also got Prometheus. I've got Prometheus with this cool slipcover. So that's a cool slipcover. I've got Independence Day, classic. Love Independence Day. Demolition Man, classic. Love Demolition Man. I need to rewatch that one. Gravity. This is like one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years. I am so happy it's getting a 4K soon because this is going to look absolutely great in 4K. We've got Highlander. There can be only one in my collection, and I have only one, but I still need to see the movie. The Happening, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. This is the most unintentionally hilarious movies of all time. What? No! This is great. I love The Happening. It's not good, though. RoboCop, the remake. I haven't even seen it. RoboCop, the original. Great. Love RoboCop, the original. You got Life. This is actually really underrated, too. Kind of like an alien-type movie that could have honestly been an origin story for Venom. But yeah, I enjoy this one. It's got a great cast. Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson. Some great people in that one. Looper, really underrated Rian Johnson movie. I don't feel like enough people talk about this. Such a really creative and inventive science fiction story. And it's one of the movies in recent memory that Bruce Willis was actually trying to act. I actually think he's pretty good in this movie. You got Star Trek. What is it? 6. I have Star Trek 6 in my collection. I know a lot of people were talking about Star Trek and some of the... I said I didn't even know they had a part 6, but apparently I have it in my collection. Again, this is one that somebody gave to me at work. I got Wrath of Khan as well. I don't think I've searched for Spock, though. Then I got the J.J. Abrams one. I've got Star Trek Into Darkness, which I haven't seen that one all the way, to be honest. I'm just not a big Star Trek fan. And we're getting into my Transformers collection. We've got the first Transformers. This has got a cool slipcover. I like this slipcover. We've got Revenge of the Fallen, which was the day that movies died for me back in 2009. I don't like this movie at all. We've got Dark of the Moon. I've never seen it. We've got The Last Knight. I've never seen it. I didn't even buy Age of Extinction. Yeah, I haven't watched a Transformers movie since Revenge of the Fallen. Like I said, it just killed everything for me. I've talked about it numerous times on like live streams. Bumblebee. This is the one Transformer movie that's actually good. This one and the first one. I enjoy this one quite a bit. We got Live, Die, Repeat. Another super underrated science fiction action movie that came out in the past few years. So yeah, definitely go check this one out. Hopefully this gets a sequel because I would love to see it. Tom Cruise plays a very different character in that movie, and I really enjoy his arc. And we got Dread. I still have the Blu-ray with the slipcover, even though I have the steelbook. So Dread, I still need to watch, to be honest. So that's wave 4. Let's bring in the final wave, wave 5. All right, guys, here we go. It's bottom of the 9th. I can do this. I've got 8 more stacks to get through. The final wave is going to be the biggest wave, but let's do it. We're going to get through this, guys. We're going to get through this together, but I could use a little bit of cheering from you guys. I feel like I can hear you all through the camera right now. You're motivating me. You're keeping me going. Thank you guys so much. Let's do this. Final wave. And we're starting off with the Bong Joon-ho film, Snowpiercer, with Chris Evans. So this one is really good. I enjoy Snowpiercer. Need to rewatch that one again, though. Need to check that one out. Pacific Rim, another Guillermo del Toro film, which I have all of his movies now. I just realized the other day, since I got those 2 Criterion releases, except for Mimic. So I need to order Mimic to round out my del Toro collection. We've also got Resident Evil. And we've got Resident Evil Afterlife. I don't know why these are the only 2 I own on Blu-ray. I think it's because I got it from somebody else's collection. We've got The Matrix Reloaded. So I got The Matrix sequel on Blu-ray. I didn't buy it on 4K though. We've got 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I enjoy quite a bit. We've got Cloverfield, which I enjoy a lot. This is one of my favorite found footage movies, that first Cloverfield movie. The Martian, I think this one's a little bit overrated. Again, Ridley Scott as a director for me is a little overrated, so there you go. The Martian, it's okay. Super 8, another overrated director, J.J. Abrams. I haven't seen this, but I didn't care enough about it to buy the 4K. And yeah, I still haven't even watched my Blu-ray copy yet since getting it. And I watched it back in 2011 in theaters when it came out, though. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which Super 8 desperately wants to be like, is a great film. This is a great movie. It's not like top-tier Spielberg for me, but I really love this movie. It's phenomenal performance by Dreyfuss. Chronicle. I remember really enjoying this one. Again, I'm a sucker for found footage movies anyway, so this one was interesting because it kind of took a different approach. Like most of those movies are like horror or like thriller in nature with the found footage, but this was it took that concept and made it into a superhero movie, and I thought that was really cool. Super villain story, actually. A Clockwork Orange, classic. Cannot wait for this to come to 4K. I just watched this for the first time last year. Absolutely loved it. It's a sick, twisted movie, so what does that say about me? Predator, I have this on 4K, and I've heard really bad things about the transfer of this Blu-ray, so let me know in the comment section below. I never watched it. It's still in the plastic, but I bought it on 4K, I think, shortly after that one came out. Predators. Yeah, I remember almost nothing about this movie other than I've seen it. I need to get Predator 2 on Blu-ray. I haven't got that one. The Predator. I enjoyed this one. Again, it's not great, but I thought it was fun when I watched it in theaters. Nothing's as great as the first one. I don't know if it ever will be. So, but The Predator is okay. It's okay. They made some stupid decisions in there. It's a great slipcover, though, by the way. After Earth, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. This movie is really bad. It's really bad. You got The Circle, which I never saw, but a lot of people said this was crap, too. I think this is like a random half-price books pickup. You got Total Recall, the remake, which is nowhere near as good as the first one. It's okay. It's okay, but it's, yeah, nowhere near as good. You got Planet of the Apes right here, guys. So this is a great trilogy. I'll go ahead and pull them all up and talk about it. You got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and you got... Oh, crap. I flipped everything around. And you got War for the Planet of the Apes. So, yeah, I think all of these movies are really solid. To be honest, I think I still prefer the first one. I just love the origin story and just how this one kind of shows you how everything started. And I just thought it was super cool just the way it ended. And these are more like post-apocalyptic. So this is more of like a disaster movie, which I think I enjoy those types of movies more. But they're all 3 great movies. And hopefully they don't make another one in this series. So I think this is a great trilogy, just the way that it wrapped up, because I heard rumors that they were. We've got The King's Speech right here, guys. It was won Best Picture in 2010, and there was a lot of controversy because it beat The Social Network, which a lot of people would consider to be one of the best films of the past decade. So, but yeah, I haven't seen this one either. I haven't seen that one either. You got Ed Wood, directed by Tim Burton. I haven't seen this one in forever. I need to rewatch that one sometime in the near future. The Big Lebowski. I thought this movie was awesome. I just watched this for the first time a couple of months ago, and yeah, it was really funny and awesome. I love The Big Lebowski. Mars Attacks. This is one of my favorites from my childhood. I watch this one all the time too. It's one of my favorite Burton movies. Great cast in this one. You got Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Michael J. Fox. So many great people in this movie. Jack Black's in this movie. Natalie Portman's in this movie. It's got everybody in that film. So next up, we've got Soul Surfer. I have no idea why I even have that. The Secret of Nymph, which I've heard a lot of good things about. So this is like who did this one? Don Bluth. So a lot of people said some really good things about this one. I need to watch this one with my kids before they get too old to even want to watch it, to be honest. Enemy of the State. This is one of my favorite Tony Scott films. This is one I'll point to when I'm giving my argument as to why I think Tony Scott's a better director than his brother Ridley, which a lot of people would say is insane. But yeah, you got this, you got Top Gun, you got freaking True Romance. Like, yeah, these are all great movies. Enemy of the State's definitely one of them. Favorite Will Smith movie, or one of them anyway. Will Smith film. The Wave, which I've heard great things about, and The Quake. I bought this in a double pack because it was like $12 at Walmart. And yeah, I've heard great things about The Wave. I was gonna watch it. I was gearing up to watch it. I knew it was on Netflix, and they took it off. So then I found this at Walmart and bought it, and I still haven't watched it. Atomic Blonde. This was like supposed to be like a John Wick type film, female version, and it was okay. Has some good action sequences, but I think it could have been better. Charlize Theron, though, is usually great in everything, so she always takes even the most uneventful script and makes it interesting. So we've got The Hunger Games. I don't remember. I think I probably got this at Half Price Books, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Bull Durham right here, guys. Kevin Costner. I need to watch this. I haven't seen it. The Raid. I need to watch this like immediately. Everybody says this is great. Yeah, I still haven't seen The Raid or The Raid 2. I think I have The Raid 2 on DVD actually. Oblivion, which is a person, I think, let's see who directed this one. I think the person that's directing the new Top Gun film directed this one. So yeah, Oblivion, Tom Cruise, Morgan Freeman. I need to check that one out because I never did. Bone Tomahawk is a great modern day Western. It's also kind of a horror movie. And it has one of the most gruesome scenes I've seen in any movie ever. So if you have a weak stomach, I don't know if you're going to be able to watch the last 20 minutes of Bone Tomahawk. But I think this movie's fantastic. You got, I think Richard Jenkins is in this movie. And you got Matthew Fox and Patrick Wilson, Kurt Russell. It's a great cast in this movie. So yeah. Really love Bone Tomahawk. I really love S. Craig Zahler as a director. I can't wait to see what he does next. History of the World Part 1, directed by Mel Brooks. You got The Breakfast Club, a classic teen comedy drama type movie, coming of age movie. But yeah, everybody loves The Breakfast Club. I need to buy the Criterion, to be honest with you. But yeah, I have the Blu-ray for now. Teen Wolf right here, guys, with Michael J. Fox. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in forever. I need to rewatch Teen Wolf again. I almost forgot it was in my collection. I'm remembering some of this stuff I didn't even realize I had, to be honest, until I went through it. Pitch Perfect. I bought at a Five Below. I like the slipcover. I thought it was really colorful and cool, and it was only $5. And yeah, it's an okay movie. I think Pitch Perfect was pretty good for what it was. I haven't seen the sequels though. We're the Millers. This is another like recent comedy that was pretty funny. I enjoyed that one. We're the Millers. Sin City. I remember loving this movie when it first came out in theaters. I was all about it. I just thought it was so cool the way it was directed. Definitely one of my favorite Robert Rodriguez movies, I would say. So I need to rewatch it though. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I just remember thinking it was very cool. I got Cecil D. DeMille's Cleopatra. I think this is like a random Best Buy buy. I think for like $6. That was a pretty cool pickup for only $6. We got The Road Warrior right here with Mel Gibson. So this is the sequel to Mad Max I own. I think I got that at the Dollar Tree. We've got Rock and Rolla. I do have Rock and Rolla. I almost forgot I had Rock and Rolla in my collection, because I know I just reviewed Snatch and people were bringing that up on their favorite Guy Ritchie movies. I forgot I had that in this 2-film collection with Swordfish. Yeah, I got both of these at the Dollar Tree for only $1, 50 cents a piece. That's a great deal. We've got V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and Constantine in a 3-movie pack. So I don't even remember why I picked up this random one at like a Walmart, I think. I think I just wanted them all, so I went ahead and bought this triple pack because it was like $10 and cheap. But there you go. I need to rewatch Constantine. I haven't seen that one in a while. And Watchmen too. I haven't seen that either. The Last Starfighter. I started this one like a couple of years ago and didn't finish it. I think I got like 15 minutes in, but not that it was bad. I for some reason something drew me away from it and I never got back to it. So I need to rewatch this one. I need to get that Arrow version because it's a great slipcover on that one as well. But I do own the movie. And then Star Trek 1, the motion picture, randomly made its way over here. Oh, I think I got this at Big Lots for $1.25. So that was a good price for that. I got Hondo at Big Lots for $1.25. Bunch of $1.25 Big Lots movies. I got Tomb Raider, the one with Angelina Jolie. I got The Mummy 3. I've never even seen that one. I heard horrible things about it. Clear and Present Danger with Harrison Ford for only $1.50. It's a great price for that one. I need to get Patriot Games there as well. So let's see. I'm getting into some of these Dollar Tree titles. We've got Bad Teacher. We've got Bel Canto. We've got John Dies at the End. We've got 42. This was an excellent movie with Chadwick Boseman. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. Another one that I haven't seen yet, but I bought it because I didn't want to grab all of his movies. But you got the Get On Up, so him playing James Brown, so I need to check this one out. We got Dreamcatcher, which I randomly bought because it's Stephen King, and I just want all the Stephen King adaptations in my collection. But I remember hating this movie when it came out. I saw it in theaters when I was a teenager, and I wanted to walk out of the theater. It was not good. Barb and Star go to Vista de la Mar with this cool Target exclusive slipcover. Yeah, this is a cool slipcover. I thought this movie was pretty funny. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to Austin Powers, I would say. But it's a fun movie. Unhinged. This movie surprised me quite a bit. I was not expecting it. I heard like lackluster reviews. This is like a modern day slasher movie almost. Russell Crowe's fantastic in this film. It's not like a masterpiece or nothing, but it's super fun. I enjoy this movie. And this slipcover is great. I think it's like $10 at Walmart right now, so definitely hit up your Walmarts. You got Yesterday, which I really enjoyed this movie. I know a lot of people kind of slept on this one and didn't think it was really good. But I mean, I love Beatles music, and I loved the premise, just the idea of like nobody knowing who the Beatles were, and he kind of took that to his advantage and copied a lot of their songs. And I really like the way they did this movie, and Lily James is really great in it too. So Yesterday's really good. I would recommend that one. A Star is Born. I didn't love this movie when I saw it in theaters. When I watched it at home, I absolutely adored this movie. I need to watch it again. The soundtrack in this movie, the songs, the original songs, some of the best of the past few years. I just love this movie. I love this movie. Star is Born is great. We got Sicario, Day of the Soldado. I think I already covered the first one, but yeah, I got the sequel separately. This was okay, but definitely a step down from the first one for sure. Let me take a drink real quick, guys. There you go. We got Parasite, one of the best movies of the past like 10 years. Everybody loves Parasite. It's like my number 3, I think, the year it came out. Number 4 is definitely in my top 5, but yeah, I love Parasite. Parasite's phenomenal film. I need to get the Criterion still. Inherent Vice, Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I haven't seen that one. And then you got Magnolia. I didn't love this movie. It's 3 hours. Tom Cruise is great in it. It's a very different Tom Cruise performance, but it's a very meandering, long, just over the top movie. It's strange. I don't know. The ending with the frogs, I didn't get it. Yeah, call me very shallow just in my film taste. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Magnolia. Not a big fan of Magnolia. But The Master I actually did really like. I did really like The Master. I thought Joaquin Phoenix was great. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Amy Adams. Yeah, I was a big fan of The Master. I did like this one from Paul W.S. Anderson. We got Man on Fire, another super underrated Tony Scott film. We got Boogie Nights. This is my favorite Paul W.S. Anderson movie, followed by another one that I should have already went through. I think I already went through There Will Be Blood. I think I covered that one already. But I do have Boogie Nights as well, and this is my favorite. I love Boogie Nights. Major Payne. Love Major Payne. I found this one in a Walmart Blu-ray bin not too long ago, so yeah. Love Major Payne. Mean Girls. Picked this one up recently. This is a really funny mid-2000s comedy as well. Premonition with Sandra Bullock. I don't remember it. Angelina Jolie in Salt. I haven't seen it, but I've heard some good things. Cloud Atlas. I remember this one being okay, from the Wachowski sisters. Yeah, it was. I think it was pretty long, but yeah, Tom Hanks in this movie, Halle Berry. And yeah, I need to rewatch that one actually. Chasing Amy is a great Kevin Smith movie. I love Chasing Amy. This one, along with Clerks, I think are probably his two like best films as far as like just their artistic merit. You got The Butterfly Effect. I was excited to have this one. I think it's only $5 I bought it for, and I haven't seen it for a really long time. And I remember this one being pretty underrated when it came out. So The Butterfly Effect. We've also got Friday right here, guys. Big fan of Friday. I thought that was super hilarious. I watched it for the first time last year. Pearl Harbor. It's a good Michael Bay film, right? I don't know. I remember liking Pearl Harbor. I know a lot of people shit on that one. Dead Poet Society with Robin Williams. Haven't seen it. Need to watch it. East of Eden right here, guys, with, I think it's got, James Dean in it. So this is a cool find right here at the Big Lots. I think I got this one for like $1.25 too. We got My Life as a Zucchini. Getting into more of my Big Lots hauls. A lot of these I've picked up recently, so I don't really feel the need to go into them in depth. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, No Strings Attached, Double Pack. I got Cloverfield Paradox. I got The Mutant Chronicles, which has an interesting cast. Got Ron Perlman in it, Thomas Jane. The French Connection, which was directed by, I think, William Friedkin. Same director as The Exorcist, so that's pretty cool. Copland. I'll talk about this one again. This is one of the most underrated movies of all time. This movie feels like a Scorsese film, but in my opinion, and this is directed by James Mangold, who did Logan. In my opinion, this is better than Goodfellas. I think it's a better movie than Goodfellas, and it feels a lot like Goodfellas. I love Copland. It's phenomenal. It is one of the best, if not the best. This is coming from a huge Rocky fan. If not the best Sylvester Stallone performance of all time. I love him, and it's such a different, raw, just kind of reserved performance by Sylvester Stallone. That's why I love it. He's not like the traditional like badass. He's just a very different character. But it's got De Niro, it's got Liotta in it. So all of the Harvey Keitel, all the Scorsese staples. But yeah, it's its own thing. I absolutely love Copland. I cannot talk about this movie highly enough. If you have not seen Copland, watch Copland like tonight. I swear to God, this movie is just one of the best I've ever seen. I love it. The Gray, haven't seen that one. Her, this is a really great, more recent modern science fiction movie. You got Titanic, classic, right there, guys. Sing Street, super underrated. I feel like there's not a lot of people that know about this movie. I love Sing Street. This is my favorite movie of the year that it came out, 2016. And 2016 was a great year. Arrival, La La Land, Nocturnal Animals, Captain America, Civil War. There was so many great movies that came out in 2016. This is my number one. This little quiet little Irish coming-of-age movie with the best original soundtrack of all time. The music in this movie, the original music in this movie, it's all original. It's just so great. I want to, when I'm done with this, I want to watch Sing Street. This movie just puts you in a great mood. It's so great. It's just such a feel-good movie. I love it. Great performances. And you got Littlefinger in this movie too, which is actually pretty interesting. He's the dad. But yeah, Sing Street, can't speak highly enough about that one. You got to watch it. Citizen Kane right here, classic. I watched this one for the first time last year, I think at the beginning of 2020. This one was really great to me. I really loved Citizen Kane. So Sunset Boulevard, I think I watched that around the same time, and I enjoyed Sunset Boulevard. Don't get me wrong, but it's, I don't know, it didn't strike me the same way as Citizen Kane. Again, they're really old movies, which I don't usually mind, but yeah, I didn't, this was a little long, and I don't know, I didn't love it like I was hoping to. Not that it's not good, but Eye in the Sky, have not seen that one. Snowden, haven't seen that one. The Infiltrator with Bryan Cranston, still haven't seen it. Gran Torino, this is probably my favorite Clint Eastwood performance and directed by that I've seen of his, so I really like Gran Torino. Straight Outta Compton, haven't seen this one, need to watch it. Tombstone, haven't seen it, need to watch it. I know, guys, I know. Serpico, haven't seen it, need to watch it. This is a Sidney Lumet film. So yeah, I was on a little bit of a Lumet kick earlier this year. I did watch Network for the first time. I thought this one Wasn't as great as I was hoping it would be. I heard a lot of hype about it, but it's still pretty damn good. So Network's a pretty damn good movie. Wings. I bought this because it was like the first Best Picture winner. I think that's what. Yeah, first Academy Award winning film. And yeah, it was like $10 on Amazon, so I went ahead and scooped up Wings. Don't ask me why. I'm weird in my collecting habits. We've got The Magnificent Seven, the original one. We've got Meet the Parents, classic comedy from 2000. We've got The Green Berets. Is that how you pronounce it? Am I saying it right? I know I got in trouble when I picked it up with John Wayne. So yeah, that's a really good movie that I haven't seen. We got The Great Gatsby. Watched this one with my wife a few months ago. I enjoyed the movie for the visual aesthetic and just the direction style. It's great cinematography. I imagine it looks fantastic in 4K, but to be honest, it looked great in Blu-ray as well. But the movie itself wasn't great. Twister, this is my favorite disaster movie of all time. Absolutely love Twister. I cannot wait till it gets a 4K. Wet Hot American Summer. Still haven't seen it, but I watched the Netflix show and it was very strange. A Beautiful Mind. Haven't seen A Beautiful Mind either. I need to check that one out. 3:10 to Yuma. A lot of Russell Crowe in my collection, I'm realizing. Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. Haven't seen this one either. Need to check it out. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This is my number 11 movie of all time. Right outside of my top 10. I love this movie. Robert Zemeckis, again, super underrated as a director. Such a diversity in just what he does as a filmmaker. Like all the genres that he tackles. And yeah, this is like a noir film. It's like a crime drama. It's an animated movie. It's a family movie. So many different things in once. Like Christopher, God, what is his name? Doc Brown. You can tell I'm getting a little bit tired, guys. Christopher Lloyd is like one of the best villains in movie history as Judge Doom. So yeah, I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Can't wait for the 4K for that one as well. Clue, this is freaking awesome too. Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I had fun with this one. It's not great, but I had fun with it when it came out last year. Bad Words, this is really fun. I think Jason Bateman directed this one too, but it's like directed by, yeah, he directed it and starred in it. It's fun. It's kind of like a dark comedy, but it's pretty fun. Trainwreck, Apatow movie. I like this one. I rewatched it last year when King of Staten Island came out. I think it's solid. It's a solid Apatow comedy. I think LeBron James, a lot of people are hating on him for the new Space Jam. I think he's really great in this movie. I think he's super funny in it, so he's got a lot of charisma. So you got The Patriots. This is probably my favorite Roland Emmerich movie. I need to rewatch it again. Or no, Independence Day is my favorite. This is my second favorite. I'll say this is my second favorite. I can't put Independence Day down on that list. So, but The Patriot, I need to rewatch it. Captain Phillips, haven't seen it. You got Another Stakeout. You got The Perfect Storm. This is one I haven't seen in a really long time. Need to check this one out again. Avatar. Have not seen this since it came out back in 2009, and I don't ever feel the need to ever return to it. Maybe I will before the next 10 sequels come out. Dallas Buyers Club. This is a great film that I'm happy to have in my collection. I need to rewatch it again. But it's a tougher watch. Public Enemies. Haven't seen it. Hall Pass. This is a fun comedy from 2011, I think. Evil Dead. This is my favorite horror remake of all time. In my opinion, this is the best Evil Dead movie. There, I said it. It's better than the Raimi ones. Love that movie. The Green Mile. Watch this year for the first time. This is an absolute masterpiece. 10 out of 10. Absolutely love The Green Mile. I get like goosebumps just thinking about this movie. I loved it. The score was phenomenal as well. Tom Hanks. And that guy, what's the other guy's name? Michael Clark Duncan. Rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan. But he's so great in the movie too. Dodgeball. Another great mid-2000s comedy right here, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Bangers in the mid-2000s. Armageddon. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to miss a thing. Animal Crackers on my belly button. I love this movie. So there you go. Aviator, directed by Martin Scorsese. I'm surprised this one hasn't gotten like a 4K or something. But yeah, I don't remember liking this one at all. I need to rewatch it because a lot of people say some good things about it. Here's a movie that a lot of people don't say anything good about, and that's Gotti. But I Gotti in my collection. We got Blow right here, guys, and I haven't seen that one yet. You got The Neverending Story Part 2. Used to watch this one all the time as a kid. I thought this one was super fun. You got Horrible Bosses right here, guys. You got, that's another really fun, more recent comedy. You got The Island, which is a Michael Bay film. I need to watch that one again. You got Bridesmaids, another great recent comedy. You got Brooklyn's Finest, which I haven't seen, but it had an interesting cast, so I picked it up at FYE. You got Chain Reaction, which is weird. It's kind of like has like the French. I think it's a Canadian release, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that one. Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. This is a really good post-apocalyptic film. You got the Emoji Movie. This is a really terrible animated movie that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. So yeah, the Emoji Movie I finally have in my collection, but I haven't seen it. The Good Son. I need to rewatch this one. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I remember Macaulay Culkin being creepy as hell, and I couldn't understand why the kid from Home Alone was doing all these terrible things. It was ridiculous. We've got The Reader. We've got Hellfire, or Hellfighters, with John Wayne. So we're getting into some of my Mill Creek stuff. MacGruber, which I thought this was not that good. It wasn't that good. I was hoping for better. You got Jojo Rabbit. This is a great movie from 2019. We're getting into some of my 2019 movies right here, guys. It was really great. I think Scarlett Johansson deserved to win the Oscar for this movie. Not for Marriage Story. I think she deserved it for this, for supporting actress, to be honest. Thought she was really great in that. Ford v Ferrari, another movie directed by James Mangold. It's phenomenal. Love that movie. Joker, I got the Target exclusive because I love this cover. So I missed out on the 4K because I grabbed that. So I'll have to pick that up when it goes down to a little bit of a cheaper price. But yeah, I love Joker. It was a great movie. Knives Out, another great movie directed by Rian Johnson. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, another Paul Newman, Robert Redford film. So I need to watch this one again, or watch it for the first time. Terminator 2, this little slipcover right here, guys, that I actually did get the actual slipcover for. So I do own 2 copies of Terminator 2 regular Blu-ray in my collection just to get that slipcover. So see, guys, I don't always just steal slipcovers. Sometimes I actually buy them. There you go. Born to Raise Hell right here. You got The Sum of All Fears. You got Secrets in Their Eyes. You got The Kingdom. You got Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I need to watch this one. A lot of people hype this one up. Face Off and Snake Eyes. So I got 2 copies of Face Off in my collection with this double pack right here, but I couldn't pass it up. It was only $2.50, and I got to own Snake Eyes on Blu-ray. You got this 4-film music collection with The Bandwagon, Calamity Jane, Kiss Me Kate, and Singing in the Rain. So I pretty much just got this for Singing in the Rain, to be honest. But yeah, I own that one on Blu-ray now. All right, let's get into some of these. I think this is a lot of Mill Creek stuff coming your way. So I've covered a lot of this stuff recently, some not so recently, but yeah. Safe House right here, guys. Ryan Reynolds, Denzel Washington. Alpha Dog. This was really solid. Just rewatched this one recently. Sonic Boom. The Sonic TV show. Finding Forrester. Same director as Good Will Hunting. So I need to watch that one. This Adjustment Bureau Matt Damon double pack. Jamie Foxx double pack. You got my Mark Wahlberg double pack. Fear I rewatched in this set. I thought Fear was pretty freaking great. I thought that one held up. Toy Soldiers in December. Your Highness. This was really stupid. I didn't like that one. Accepted. I really enjoy this one. It's not great, but another mid-2000s comedy that I really enjoy. Eddie Macon's Run. I think I watched this one. It was okay. It was decent. It felt like a made-for-TV movie, and I think it was. But it does have Kirk Douglas in it. So classic actor Kirk Douglas is in that one. Reservation Road and Return to Paradise. So I think this is like a Joaquin Phoenix double pack. Have not seen that one yet. Rosewood Lane and White Noise, The Light, which is I think is a sequel to White Noise. Battlefield Earth, which I rewatched this one last year when it came in. I don't think this is as bad as... It's bad, but I had fun with it, I guess. So it's not as bad as I remember it being, or as bad as some people say. I don't know. I thought it's an interesting concept, and I had fun with the movie. John Travolta is just completely in another universe in that movie. Gorillas in the Mist. Still need to watch this one with Sigourney Weaver. Stop! I won't shoot. This is a classic, and probably known for being like one of Sylvester Stallone's like worst movies, but I enjoyed it when I was a kid. The Babe with John Goodman. You got Gold Diggers. You got My Girl and My Girl 2, which I still will not watch My Girl again. That movie is just it's so awful. What happens to poor Kevin McAllister in that movie? The Inner Sanctum collection. I watched the first couple of this set And this is the Lon Chaney ones. These were really good movies. I need to finish this set, so I enjoyed it just for the kind of midnight theater, like Twilight Zone types monster stories. So yeah, I need to rewatch those movies for sure. Let's bring it in for the rest of my Mill Creek, and then we're going to drive this video home, guys. We're going to go through these super fast, so try to keep up. Hollywood Story and New Orleans Uncensored. Anaconda, this was fun. I rewatched it last year. Still held up. Made in Manhattan, haven't seen it in a while. You got All the Pretty Things right here. You got Trapped. You got Heroes. This is an interesting cast. Harrison Ford, Henry Winkler, Sally Field. Haven't seen it. We got The Freshman. Watched this one this year. This one was not great. Not great. Marlon Brando, Matthew Broderick. That's an interesting cast. So Blind Fury, that was okay. Like Father, Like Son, I actually enjoyed this one. Kirk Cameron and Dudley Moore. I enjoyed this one. This is a pretty fun comedy. Crossroads. Didn't watch Crossroads. True Believer. Robert Downey Jr. Haven't got to see that one yet, but that's a cool cover on that one. All these retro VHS slipcovers are really awesome. I love what Mill Creek does with these. You got Who's Harry Crumb. You got The Legend of Billie Jean. Love the slipcover on this one, the colors. You got The New Kids. This was a really solid kind of slasher movie that I don't think is on a lot of people's radar. It's got Lori Loughlin in it as well, and James Spader. So yeah, I recommend The New Kids. I think it's a pretty solid like 80s horror movie. Hudson Hawk is ridiculous. I can't even believe this movie exists. And I think it was written by Bruce Willis himself. So there you go. No Mercy. I wanted this one to be better, especially with Kim Basinger in it, but it's not. You got Vibes with Jeff Goldblum and Sidney Laupner. This is weird. I'll say that. When a Stranger Calls, this is like good for 15 minutes and then it's not for the rest. So, but I do like this slipcover. You got Excess Baggage with Alicia Silverstone and I think Benicio del Toro. I have not seen this one yet. You got Roxanne with Steve Martin. That was pretty fun. Neighbors, I thought this one was ridiculous, but it was really so much fun. You got Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. So yeah, I do recommend Neighbors. I thought that was really fun. 80s movie. Kroll, I haven't seen that one yet. You got Happy Birthday to Me. I see this one, people post this one all the time, and I haven't got to check this one out yet, so I need to watch this one. You got Silent Rage, another one I need to watch. They said this is like a Chuck Norris slasher movie, so I need to watch that one for sure. And last but not least, we have Last Action Hero, which I did upgrade to 4K with that Steelbook. So I don't need this Blu-ray anymore, but I'm going to keep it because it is cool retro VHS slipcover. So with that, guys, Jesus Christ, we're done. We're done with the entire Blu-ray collection. And thank you guys so much for making me do this because it's done now. And I feel good about it. I feel good about what we did here today, showing you all off this entire collection. This video is going to run, it's looking like from the time, probably right under 3 hours, which, you know, maybe I'll edit out a couple of things here and there, but I don't know. To be honest, I'm probably not going to do much editing. So what you see is what you get. I thank you all so much, though, for watching this video. If this is your first time finding my channel, I can't believe you just sat through 3 hours of my content in one video. Thank you so much, and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to like this video, guys. Comment down below. I hope you guys just commented the whole video. Make it worth my while for doing this video. But yeah, leave me a comment down below. Any of these titles you want to talk about, anything you want to talk about, my collecting habits, why I have 2 copies of Gotti on Blu-ray in my collection, anything you want to comment down below, let me know, and turn on those bell notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.